Alex Carpenter will take the opening draw for the United States, and Blair Turnbull from Stellarton, Nova Scotia for Canada. An early whistle as the puck touched the United States bench. Back down.
She loses that one to Blair Turnbull. Look for this trio, Clark Turnbull and Laura Stacey, to pound the puck.
Laura Stacey for the wraparound, her signature move, testing Erin Frankel early. The Seattle Torn, it's Edwards trying for a blue line shot. Hillary Knight, toe save by Desbiens, and all eyes will be on USA's captain, Hillary Knight, this evening. She needs just one goal to set a brand new record for most goals ever by an American at the Winter Olympics.
Well, John Roboleski makes an adjustment. Carol Salemi aligned with Carpenter. Knight, you can see that double stack screen, that shot as Edwards gets to the middle.
Faces of their programs have brought the sport to where it is, and they're so clutch. Like Harvey, she scores! Caroline Harvey silences Canada early on.
Offensive zone face-off. You can win and mention that Alex Carpenter at the dot, but it's a 50-50 puck that winds up back, and you can see Caroline Harvey. She comes up to the blue line, and then she curls around it so that she can get her toes going towards the net, that curl and drag. You got Carol Salemi net front, you got Alex Carpenter off to the side. Look at
Keller takes her time, finds Hannah Bilka. Back up for Keller. Edwards on net off the post, making it sing.
And it's Sarah Nurse as well. You can see just working to that flank, which is Layla Edwards on that dot, and that's exactly the option they want. She's got a bullet of a shot.
Edwards down for Knight. Back up for Edwards. Takes her time, trying to outwork Jakes. It's a shot from Keller. The rebound's there, cleared by Ellis Shelton. Created that good chemistry with Fillier and Nurse. Troy Ryan keeping that line together at the Winter Olympics. Haley Wynn coming off scoring her first Winter Olympic goal. Another look. Janicki gets pushed out. 2-3 good whacks at it. Great pitch by Sophie Jakes. With speed, it's Turnbull. Getting by Gilday. Turnbull cuts in. Out in front. A good stick by Erin Frankel. Stolen away by Harvey. Here she comes. Caroline Harvey with her speed. Looking for the pass to Abby Murphy. Murphy, triple threat. What a bump. What a goal. Murphy to Bilka. And it's 2-0 USA.
And it's right through the neutral zone. Harvey's going to come through the middle of the ice. It's going to be an errant pass, and who recovers it? It's going to be Abby Murphy behind the back play. Bilka's following it up. Back door. Look at this. Draw to her as both defenders go to Abby Murphy.
As Caroline Harvey skates through center. Look for the connecting pass to Janicki. LaRocque will jump up. Now it's a chance for Knight. It'll go wide of the net. Hillary Knight is known for scoring those timely goals, and with under 30 seconds left, she almost had a new record. Janicki, a pass, a quick release. It's Carol Salemi on the doorstep.
Well, and it's Turnbull's line that played an average of 7 minutes, so the most for the Canadians.
And now it's Stacey. Her shot will go wide of the net. Where Stacey leads PWA Challenge shots on net this season. Puck rolled to the corner for Harvey, who will flip it to center. They've got the young guns. They'll go to work. It's Harvey. Already a multi-point game. Heisey snaps it to Murphy. Back door. Shelton takes the body, but is it enough? And it may not be. The whistle's blown. Waved no goal. So again, Hannah can sigh relief.
Well, I'm down at ice level, and Janicki's looking over at John Roboleski saying this puck went in, and she actually made it on that ice. She's on that power play right now. She's looking back door, and you can see Janicki passing away, and that looks like it's over from this angle. It's a matter of whether you're pushing that left pad in. If and Renee Desbiens has that puck, do they make contact with the actual pad?
Brings it around. Malte on this kill for Canada. They'll have 2 in on the board battle. Nurse trying to chip it around. Murphy gets stopped. Now look for Janicki on net, and Desbiens will make the save.
You can see how quickly the Americans jump off the puck to provide support in any sort of open pocket in the offensive zone, looking to throw pucks out to the net. Really impressed with Janicki and her body of work over the course of this tournament. You can see take
most points in the fewest games played on this Team Canada group against the United States. A 2-on-1 for USA, led by Carol Salemi off the post. Carl Salemi getting closer to her first.
Up high is very difficult. This is an odd player rush, and you see Carl Salemi taking that shot. It was a 2v1. I like that she's elected to take.
Looking for the trailer. It's all Laura Stacey. Here comes Canada, led by Stacey. Laura Stacey's shot blocker saved by Erin Frankel. Stacey taking control. Harvey weighs her options, tries for the shot, straight into the glove for ARD. Calm, cool, and connected, and Renee Desbiens doing her job. Now it's Turnbull. Stopped by Harvey, quick reverse, in comes Abby Murphy. Driving wide, Murphy delays, it's Bilka, scores! Murphy to Bilka, yet again!
The Americans go up 4-0, and quick transition turnover, and it's Abby Murphy. You can see the triangle right there. As you've got Taylor Heisey driving the net. The coverage was sagging. What I mean by that, it was backing up and coming through that pocket, right aligned with Abby Murphy is Bilka, who's going to get her puck.
Back down for Spooner. Natalie Spooner, pass out to the blue line. Jenner keeps it in. Frankel looking for it and will make the save. Canada's best look here late in the second period. A jumping puck in front of Frankel.
This is a nice shot. Just when you're in that higher ice up on the blue line and you realize you got a lot of bit of white ice, you can take that.
Emma Malte on the turnover, trying to create something. It's Jenner, the veteran, and it'll hit the netting. Watts takes it in for Sarah Nurse. Nurse in front, a cross-ice pass looking for Fillier. A good look for Canada early.
Can't have an opportunity off a face-off, but earlier it's going to be Desbiens playing the puck, and a nice play by Grace Zumwinkle. Have a power move trying to throw it to the net, and on the back door is Kendall Coyne-Schofield. You see Desbiens out of her net as that puck comes back around, but Coyne can't elevate it, can't get it up high enough. So Anne-Renee Desbiens, who's low, who's already down when she pushes across, is pushed to the outside. And the Americans were able to get the puck back with a quick transition. That's number 2's game.
On the turnover, Zumwinkle, backdoor, Coyne-Schofield, robbed by Desbiens. A good look for Kendall Coyne-Schofield. Opens up for Layla Edwards. Nurse watching Edwards. In comes Edwards. Her shot off the post. We have heard this iron sing tonight.
Looking straight at goaltender interference. It showed to me that she went in her own accord.
Here comes Grace Zumwinkle, stopped by Desbiens. And Renee Desbiens. Full effort from Claire Thompson.
Claire, Harvey just on that blue line. That's just some magic, isn't it, Ken?
Can't lose track of her as Edwards scores! What a goal by Layla Edwards, silencing the crowd tonight. One into the slot for Carpenter.
In extra time.
Undefeated, looking for their first perfect goal, but Canada holds a winning touch on the Olympic stage in this game, Cheryl. One game, that's all it takes. What does Canada have to do to be successful tonight?
You heard Cassie Campbell-Pascal talk about it, Kens, and to me there's 2 words. Be first. You have to be first in all areas of the ice, and it's going to start on the hunt in the offensive zone. You've got to put pressure on this American defense. They have not played defense over the course of the tournament. You've got to get them holding their sticks tight, keep the game close, right off the hop, and assert yourselves. It's a reason why Canada has gone with the leadership and the experience for this moment on February 19th, 2026. The calendar was circled, Kenzie. It's all about these 60 minutes now.
Is the young Americans facing Canada's season score in the final chapter of the Marie-Philippe Poulin and Hillary Knight for Olympic gold. tournament they have had. Looking to seal it off. Carpenter through center. Chips it off the backboards as Renata Fast gets to it early for Canada. Fast looking up ice off the boards to center for Layla Edwards in a historic Winter Olympics for her. It's Stacey through center for Canada. Chips it back below the goal line as the chants rain down inside Santa Julia Arena.
This is why Troy Ryan elected to start with Stacey Turnbull and Clark. He wanted to get that puck in deep right off the get-go and establish some pressure.
Caroline Harvey leading this tournament in point production, the first defender to ever do so. Sees the loose puck, she'll skate into it. Harvey on net for Davies, first touch of the game. Back to center, Abby Murphy. Canada keeping their eyes on her as Sarah Fillier chase Murphy deep into the corner.
Well, that's what Canada wants to do. They want to push the United States back. This is a small neutral zone, and you will know that this is an American team that loves to go east-west, and they will advance the puck right away.
A team that has scored 5 or more goals in each one of their games. Malte along the boards, met by veteran Kelly Panic. Larocque passes it over to Fast. A quick up as Steckline gloves it down. A veteran defender who has been brought for 2 Winter Olympics. This program has wanted her back on the blue line for games like this.
Oh, she's got such an effective stick, Kens, and she's a solid 1v1 player alongside Kayla Barnes, and they just know how to defend and keep the puck in the neutral zone. As we look at this crowd, it is absolutely unbelievable. The vibe, it hits you in the feels. I'm down in the bowl here. It's unbelievable to see the energy and to feel it right now.
Stay safe, Pound. Stay safe
do
down
my best,
there.
buddy.
Face off will be to the left of Desbiens. Off the face-off, Fast picks up the loose puck. Expect her to play a lot of minutes tonight for Canada like she always does. Fast paired alongside her longtime D partner in Jocelyn Larocque. A quick up to Malte, centering feed to Sarah Nurse, the Olympic point record holder on a single Olympics. Challenges in the corner. Keller has a look up ice. She takes the ice given. Connects with Hannah Bilko at a 2-goal performance against the Canadians last night. In comes Clark, offside as Stacey got caught up by Abby Murphy, doing what she does early in this game.
Well, Marie-Philippe Poulin, and you know the injury that she had to overcome, riding on the cart with Andrea Branley in semi-final action, but Kenzie Lalonde, not today. It is gold medal game, and Captain Klepch says, no, I'm going down the tunnel. I'm walking on my own. I'm going to hit the ice with my 2 blades running.
In a record-setting game for her, most games ever played at the Winter Olympics for a Canadian. This is career game 27 for Poulin, looking to keep her goal-scoring streak alive in these gold medal games.
And a key for me for the Canadians is that high player in the offensive zone. They've got to have perfect tempo, so not too fast, not too far away. How can they gauge it to take away the speed of the Americans?
Blair Turnbull, a heartbeat line, her, Stacey, and Emily Clark. Daryl Watts to center, leading Canada in point production at her first Winter Olympics. Watts looking for the wraparound. Instead, she'll hold to the slot. Shot here, blocked in front. Claire Thompson with a clear lane on net. Losing question if Thompson would be healthy enough for this game. On the ice, defending goal. She'll return to the blue line for Canada. Thompson feeding it back to the far end for Erin Ambrose. Finds Sarah Fillier from Georgetown. Back up to Carpenter.
Well, there's more connection for the Canadians right now. Skating off the puck so they can jump on it with speed.
Ambrose plays it to the corner. Fast looking up. She'll skate through traffic and the puck pops out. Fillier to the rescue. Fast skated in front of Desbiens. Ultimately led to a chance for the Americans. Canada kept it at bay. Steckline on net for a save for Renee Desbiens.
Well, it's going to be Renata Fast using the post, trying to come up through the middle of the ice. There's been some pop plays to get the exits, to get the breakouts, and you're going to see the initial play, the chip and the charge. Get in on it, and you can see Daryl Watts down below the goal line on that perimeter, looking to hit Claire Thompson in that high slot. Canada on their toes right now.
Emma Malte will flip this puck to center. Layla Edwards back for it below the goal line, icing the call back into Desbiens' zone.
Well, and you have to find ways to really corral pucks in this building, and I would suspect that there's going to be some play in and around the net. This one's going to be off Renata fast stick. She's coming up through the middle of the ice. As a defender, you try and squeeze yourself tight to the post so that you can create option left to right.
Out in front, Keller on the doorstep. To the blue line, back down into the corner. Zumwinkle leaves it. Ella Shelton, who did not touch the ice in the gold medal game in Beijing, has grown so much for the last 4 years, will be leaned on a lot over the course of these 60 minutes.
Well, and with these rounded corners, I would expect there'll be some dump-ins that are rims. You want to get the goaltenders out of their net as you look at John Roboleski right now. His goaltender, of course, Aaron Frankel, who's been outstanding, backed up by Gwyneth Phillips. I mean, just unbelievable netminders in this tournament. Two of the best at it going toe-to-toe right now.
Frankel has won the last 5 straight games against the Canadians. Stacey on net for Frankel into her glove. That puck bounced up, able to make the save.
And earlier in the tournament, Ken, there was a lot of offsides by the Canadians, especially in that prelim game, but not on this rush where 3 players are going at it all at once. And one of the defenders they're going to have to go up against is Carolyn Harvey, who just got off the ice. She's such an activator on the blue line. She moves so fluidly and effortlessly around it, and she covers the entire ice surface, whether she's in the defensive end, neutral zone. When she gets into the offensive zone, watch out.
Has the most points by American defender in a single Olympics. Poulin to work. On net, a save by Frankel. Marie-Philippe Poulin alongside Daryl Watts and Sarah Fillier for Canada's top line. To the slot, Joy Dunn, who's rounding out the Americans' top line. Youngest player on this team drops it off to the most veteran of Hillary Knight. Kayla Barnes to the outside, rims it around off the boards. Carpenter is able to pick it up. Looking for a slot pass as Ambrose drops the knee and helps out Damien.
Marie-Philippe Poulin, who is back in the lineup. Look at this. Knockout stage, elimination games, 12 clutch goals, gold medal game 7 and game winners. That would be 5, of course, coming off semifinal action against the Swiss. Had 2 goals, Ken. It's just unbelievable, considering the injury she faced earlier in the tournament.
You know, she wouldn't miss this for the world. Harvey back to win, collides with Stacey. Bilka down lows. Larocque looks quickly to Clark. Out comes Canada. Clark to Blair Turnbull on the backhand. Nova Scotian goes 1-on-2 down low as Stacey picks up the puck along the boards. Turnbull outnumbered in the board battle. Puck off. The backhand is Stacey blocked in front. Sophie Jakes trying for a shot. That gets blocked by Harvey. A stretch pass, feeding ahead, it's Abby Murphy. Here she comes for the United States. Dabian denies Abby Murphy. The triple threat, and Murphy, who's made a name for herself up this world stage, looks to strike first for the Americans.
Well, some hard work down low by the Turnbull line, but once Carolyn Harvey gets that puck, man, does she turn up ice? She uses the other side of the ice, and what a pass to lead Abby Murphy. Claire Thompson reading with her stick, extending it to sort of push to the outside so that Desbiens can cut down the angle.
Team USA, 2-minute minor, too many players on the ice.
Too many players on the ice for the Americans, so Canada, with a grade A chance, they're going to head to the power play. Well, Abby Murphy will take a seat for USA.
Well, Canada currently 7 for 19, so 36, just shy of 37%. Poulin's going to come to the dot. Great in the face-off, 69% throughout this tournament.
Here comes Canada on the power play. Edwards can't clear it. Fillier will pinch. Canada, 7 power play goals over the course of their tournament. The number 1 power play goes to work.
I expect to see Scamora, and Panic is going to go for a change now, but sort of the number 1 unit up front for the United States.
Fast drops it back for Fillier. 2 of her goals on the tournament have been on the power play. Chips it ahead, splits the D. Fillier getting tracked well, finds a blue line pass. Walks to the far end for Poulin. On net for Frankel with the shoulder save. Canada keeping it in zone. Poulin wraps it around to Fillier. Fast, looking to be an outlet pass. Fillier finds Daryl Watts along the blue line. Watts slows up. It's Poulin back to Watts. Delays, tries for a shot again. Blocked in front. Almost a minute gone here on Canada's first power play. Natalie Spooner has opened the scoring in this tournament for Canada. Heads net front as Fast finds Poulin. Down low for Watts, back for Poulin. Schofield got a touch on it, forcing Canada to center. Quick transition, Fast back in over the line. On net for Franco with a pad save. Joy Dunn on the kill for the Americans. Feeds it all the way down.
When you're seeing Poulin take the shot, I like that. You often see her trying to distribute the puck cross crease. It's such a natural passer as well.
Sophie Jakes through center for Canada. Gets the line, under 30 seconds to go on Canada's power play. 2 in on the corner battle. Jakes joins in on it as Jenner tries to pull this puck out. Jakes to the backhand, finds Ambrose. Aaron Ambrose, shot in front, the traffic's there. Frankel, it's cleared away somehow. Canada with a good look on his power play as time will look to expire. Murphy eager to get to the ice for the United States. Gosling to the outside for Canada. Murphy almost stole it away.
A couple of opportunities there on that 3D set. The second unit for Canada elects to shoot the puck, and it nearly finds the back of the net.
That puck hits United States bench, so we'll get a stoppage of play. The power play got the offense started for Canada, looking for their first in the gold medal game.
Okay, gang, big win tonight.
Yeah!
With 4 video calls to her son during the game, 35 hours of watching Team Canada, some during work hours, 1 post that said Go Canada with a rock and roll emoji, and 3 highlight reels shared on her Mamacita's group chat. Our first star of the game, Maria.
I'd like to thank my family and especially my network.
Trust Bell 5G to connect you to Team Canada.
Tomorrow. It's a moment that's not so far away.
Come on, Sarah.
Investing with RBC means the confidence of having the right partner by your side. With the right tools and advice, tomorrow can be within reach. Performance matters. That's why millions of Canadians invest with RBC. Now, get up to $10,000 in value when you invest with RBC.
Well, Marie-Philippe Poulin became the all-time Olympic goal leader at these games, and she is 1 for 1, playing in her 5th gold medal game. But there's been ups and downs here. That postponed game against Finland, the knee injury. And Troy Ryan is saying, well, of course it's going to be Poulin who gets, for example, those 2 goals against Switzerland to get them to the final. Goalie Anne-Renee Desbiens saying she's one of the fiercest competitors she's ever seen. Sarah Nurse noting that she is the biggest heart in the world, and teammate and partner Laura Stacey saying Poulin puts the country on her back.
I think what we see in all those quotes, Claire, is, of course, her on-ice performance. It speaks to her character. It speaks to her leadership. It speaks to her heart, as Poulin always wears her heart on her sleeve when she's wearing her country's colors, going for gold tonight in Milan. In the lineup against the Americans, missed the preliminary game, looking to be the difference maker, like she always is.
When you see the Stacey, Turnbull, and Clark line and their positioning, their forecheck is so strong right now. And I'm noticing Emily Clark in that high is very aware of where the backside defender is as well. You know, this is an American team that is going to activate their D. They are going to be jumping into the rush on the other side of the ice. So nice work by that line, getting fist pumps by everyone on the bench.
Both players on this American roster making their Olympic debut. Murphy, this is her second Winter Olympics, trying to get by LaRock. Taken to the corner as Malte joins in on the board battle. LaRock, Sam Manitoba tied up by Murphy. Harvey pinches, keeps it in zone for the United States. Trying to get by Ambrose. Nurse through the legs. Spilk out of the slot. Murphy steals it back. It's Haley Wynn along the blue line, trying for a shot. Deflected by Carpenter.
Keep your eyes on Alex Carpenter. She is a big game player, a clutch player that knows how to come down the middle of the ice. She's got great timing and a quick stick, which is why she has been one of those players in big games that's found the pockets of ice. We, of course, know that Sarah Nurse, last Olympic winter games, played on that top line with alongside Marie-Philippe Poulin and broke Haley Wickenheiser's record. So such versatility on this Canadian lineup.
Carpenter off the face-off. Canada wins it back. finding Sarah Fillier. Harvey trying to swing it ahead. And offside, the whistle.
Well, one of the things that I was looking at was the face-offs and how critical they were going to be to win possession. You saw Poulin there just take off into the neutral zone, wanting to get that puck with some speed through it. As you see all the Canadian fans looking on, and this place erupted when both teams took the ice, Kens.
It's just so good to see fans back in the rinks at a Winter Olympics. Canada won gold in Beijing with no crowd, no family members. A different story in Milan, looking to defend their gold. Barnes feeding it around to Hillary Knight. Tying the all-time goals and point records by an American at this tournament. Can she break it tonight?
When you see Canada looking to the other side of the ice there, Kens, which is really important to be able to skate onto pucks.
When you invest with RBC, your idea of tomorrow isn't so far away. When it comes to reaching your goals, performance matters. Now, get up to $10,000 in value when you invest with RBC.
Renata Fast picks it up below the goal line, pinching in the offensive zone. Gosling looking net front, has 3 goals in her first Winter Olympics. Her and O'Neill taxi squad players in Beijing have been difference makers in Milan.
Oh, that's a nice play by Ella Shelton, and she's able to stand up because Natalie Spooner is tracking back and squeezing her player to one side of the ice. This is where Canada has struggled in the past against the Americans.
Shelton pulls it to safety, finds Gosling. To center, looking for Kristen O'Neill. Gets the clear, back down in the American zone. Erin Frankel, her first Winter Olympics, has been the start of the last 3 years for the United States, but this is a first for her.
And you see Canada just popping pucks back in deep. They want to put the pressure on the American defense, get them turning to go get the puck.
Shots tied for a piece, still 0-0 on the scoreboard. It's been back and forth so far in the opening frame. Partway through this first period, Brianne Jenner, 1 of 4 remaining from Sochi 2014 on Canada's roster. Ahead, looking for Malte. Coyne Schofield tries to flip this to Zumwinkle, her Frost teammate, but it's reversed by Jakes. Harvey showing her dynamic edge work, goes D to D. Up ahead, Haley Skidmore. Brings that depth, brings that sandpaper to this American lineup. Is going to chase Sophie Jakes. Thompson back on it in the far half boards. Now to center off the skates of Turnbull. Canada breaks free. On the far side, it's Emily Clark. Castisi with her. Clark driving wide out in front. No one's home. Turnbull follows it up with possession. Fast from the blue line off the glove of Wynn. Clark will feed it around. Fast pinches, keeps it in zone. Pulls it back up high. Now it's Shelton's turn. She'll opt for the shot, looking for a free lane.
I'll tell you, I'm between the benches here, and Ella Shelton just did a little pump to see if she could open that lane up for herself, but the Canadians being very, very aggressive right now. Ken's moving off the puck. This is a different tempo than we've seen in the past.
Marie-Philippe Poulin finds Sarah Fillier. Canada showing their experience, showing they've been here before. Watts, a blue line pass to LaRock. Lets the shot go, a bombing puck. Canada has 2 out in front. Ambrose will pinch. Back down for Fillier. Poulin heads net front. Zekline takes her time, connects with Hannah Bilka. Americans can't get much on the attack as Canada closes through center. The crowd behind Daryl Watts as she brings it over the line. Gets stopped up. Jenner will reverse to center. Turnover right in the hands of Layla Edwards. Passes it off to Bilka. Babian to Thompson. Quick up to Malte. A centering feed. Here comes Sarah Nurse with Canada. In the gold medal game. Nurse to the outside. Will cut back and wait for help. Connects with Jakes. Sophie Jakes. A shot went wide. Nurse trying to follow it up. Still looking for her first in the Winter Olympics.
Well, you're seeing quick transitions and pop plays to the middle of the ice for Canada to gain speed through that neutral zone.
Malte delays. Finds Fast. Tied up by Joy Dunn and takes her down. No call on the play.
And Dunn on that top line with Carpenter and Knight curled down with Janicki and Sims, so an adjustment has been made for John Robleski and his lineup.
There's a 16-year age difference as there's a high shot for Clark, followed up with a rebound chance for Stacey. Canada getting some looks here under 7 to go in the first period. Clark, a reverse pass right in the hands of Megan Keller. Canada on the back check. Keller at the end of her shift will get the red line as the puck heads into Canada's bench. The crowd says it all tonight. Canada, USA going for gold in Milan.
Do the back cat. Yeah, yeah. Do the back cat. Put your hands on your hip, let your backbone flip. Do the back cat. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? I get by with little help from my friends. I'm gonna try little help from my friends.
It takes a team to feed the dream.
Canada and the United States have pushed each other toward greatness every meeting. It has made the game better. Tonight we write a new chapter in this rivalry. Who will come away with gold? Americans come in as favorites. Canada the underdogs, but they have the most gold medal experience and what it takes to win than anybody. Well, it all comes down to one game.
Well, it's interesting, Kaz. I'm down between the benches, so I'm just taking stock of things, and Alex Carpenter just changed her gloves, and you know, coming into this game, she was 71% in the dot, but notice that she lost a few, only won 1 of 5. Well, those gloves, they've been swapped out.
Keep our eyes on Carpenter and her face-off numbers now with some new mitts. Heisey wins this drawback for the Americans. Watts checks in along the boards. ABN plays around. She'll have to get a hold instead. Couldn't play it quickly enough.
But an area that Canada is taking care of is in the neutral zone, and that's something that we've been really eyeing up. How are they defending it? Can they turn it over and get quick transitions going the other way and put the Americans on their heels? I think this has to be the bread and butter, that high player to negate the speed of this American team. How do you do it? You shut it down between the Blues, and that's exactly what Canada has done so far to really put themselves on the attack.
Putting themselves in a good position here. A different story with the men in preliminary play. Murphy down low, out in front, looking for Harvey, who chose to pitch on the play. A foot race, Malte up against Haley Wynn, who beats her there. Jenner streaming through with traffic, allows Nurse to gain control down low. Sarah Nurse reverses it. Malte, shoulder check, finds Renata Fast. A high shot deflected down low. Murphy back in control. Ingersoll's Ella Shelton gets the red line and fires it in.
Well, because Canada's had such pressure down low and pushing them back, just like that, good things are happening for them.
Canada almost a great chance off the turnovers. Stacey outnumbered on the board battle, so Clark, the charge forward, stepping in for help. The play will get blown down. The faceoff will come outside the American end.
Well, and when the Canadians are pressing, it's good things that can happen.
USA, gold is on the line.
Lying in my bed, I hear the clock ticking. Think of you, flashback.
Searching for the snow.
Almost left behind.
Last stone.
If you're lost, you can look and you will find me.
Welcome to Milano Cortina.
Time
Today is
after
falling
time.
here.
off the start. I mean, this is remarkable strength and unity from the Canadians.
Can she stick the landing? She can! Oh, the crowd loves it!
That is superb brush control. A huge effort.
Oh, what a breakout from this Canadian pair. Incredible teamwork.
This is what we're made for, Canada.
You'll notice that Marie-Philippe Poulin has written her first, your last, our best on the tape of her hockey stick. Well, it's a mantra the team developed after the Beijing Olympics, and for some players, this is their first Olympics. For others, they don't know what's next. The PWHL has made competition hockey harder with more talent coming up the pipeline, and this phrase reminds them no one knows if they'll have an opportunity to compete for a gold medal again. So take the time to be proud of yourself and share this moment together. And there are Marie-Philippe Poulin's parents here, supporting her at her 5th Olympics.
Annie Robert in attendance to watch their daughter excel on this gold medal stage like she always does. I love that slogan as Knight tries for a diving play to open the scoring for the Americans. USA flips it back down into Canada's end, Cheryl. So we're about 5 minutes to go in this first period, in Canada looking like a much different team than in prelim play. As Ambrose draws a penalty, Canada will go back to the power play in this first period.
It's going to be a tripping call, and as you said it, Canada's going to go back to the power play, and Dunn is going to go to the penalty box, and feel like the Canadians are moving the puck much better out of their own zone, and they're taking the net. You saw Renata Fast try and take the net earlier, and depending on how you're approaching the defender when you're trying to squeeze them, you got to make sure you have the appropriate angle, because if you have an errant stick, you're going to wind up in the penalty box.
United States' penalty kill remains perfect. They're able to keep Canada's previous power play at bay. A turnover, a break for Haley Scamora, all alone for the Americans. Scamora, what a drop by Fast to get there in time. A breakaway chance for Scamora, shorthanded, but Fast able to catch up in time, living up to her last name.
I mean, she's one of the best skaters, if not the best skater in the world, so she can make up for mistakes and recover on pucks.
Daryl Watts to Fast now through center. Spooner to the outside, accepts the pass. Scholl feed it around to Marie-Philippe Poulin. Now low for Spooner, reverse pass up for Fast. Watts accepts the pass, chips it off to Poulin. Delays in front, looking for the tip to Spooner. She was right there. Back for Watts. Down low, Poulin will try again. A loose puck and cleared down, this time at the hands of Grace Zumwinkle.
Zumwinkle's out there for a reason. She's strong on the puck, but she's also got that leverage. She's to be able to extend and fire the puck, rifle it down the ice.
Claire Thompson through center. A minute gone on Canada's second power play in this first period. Jake's a far side play, looking for Jenner. Thompson squeezed out by Britta Kursalemi. Shorthanded, in comes Kursalemi. Stopped by Jakes, turns back, but Barnes supports. Kayla Barnes, it'll go one to the net.
On establishing a power kill here by the Americans, pressuring Scamora with a chance.
As Jenner tried to accept that following pass through center. Shelton off for skates, keeps it in. Jakes down low for Ambrose. On net, following it up to the backhand, pad save from Frankel. Been busy in this first period, Aaron Frankel. As Canada's second power play unit goes to work, a power play that features 3 defenders.
Well, you've got Ambrose at the top of it, quarterbacking the power play. She deceives with her eyes, and Sophie Jakes with a real heavy right-handed shot.
Out comes Dunn as Turnbull with speed on the outside. Another save from Frankel. United States penalty kill remains perfect now, 13 for 13. Hillary Knight to Joy Dunn, back to even strength. Dunn out of the penalty box to the ice for the Americans, colliding behind the play with Ella Shelton. Jocelyn Larocque finds Laura Stacey. Izzy making it difficult. Harvey trying to follow it up as Clark feeds it to Sarah Nurse. In comes Sarah Nurse for Canada. 1-on-2, takes it to the outside. On net for Frankel. Another needed save for the American netminder.
Well, the Americans have a solid PK, and it's pressuring and being very, very aggressive when you trust your skating and you also trust your sticks on a PK formation. And see Renata Fast going to pull it to the middle of the ice, just bobble it. Look at this stick and extension. Now Skmora is trying to take fast ice, but Fast with that stick doesn't take a penalty, gets it on the puck, steers it to safety. Nice job by number 14 to recover.
Milka off the backhand. Fast gets there first. Megan Keller, some points on her tournament played. Edwards blocked in front. Thompson looking for Malte on the wing. Scooped up, Taylor Heisey, her first Winter Olympics. Finds Keller. Ahead for Edwards, working it up high. Now a shot here, Desbiens tracks it well. Collision in front, Murphy and Thompson down and on the ice.
It is a battle in front of the net on either side here, Kenzie. Canadians looking to front their players, so you're going to see some blocked shots, but the Americans are working hard to roll off and get to the front.
And look, Murphy playing to her identity, all up in the physicality, trying to get things started, getting under the skin of the Canadians. Being watched by Darryl Watts. Poulet enters the zone. Keller sees her options. Final minute to go. Passes it off to Layla Edwards. First black woman ever represent the United States at the Winter Olympics. Scored her first Olympic goal against Canada. Poulet protects it. Back down for the Rock. It was 1-on-3, tied up in the final moments. Shelton likely getting the call here. Frankel to the bench. USA will send the extra attacker. Delayed penalty on the way against Ellis Shelton. USA will push with the extra player on the ice. Under 20 seconds remaining. Barnes in front looking for a tip. And there's the whistle.
This one's going to be a hooking call. It's going to go against the defender, Ellis Shelton, when the Americans were pressing in zone and coming through. And you can see it's Kritikul Salemian with that shield and just getting a foot on Ellis Shelton. So she reaches with that stick, and that's going to earn her the tripping call. As earlier, Megan Keller was throwing the puck to the net. And Renee Desbiens makes the save, and it's going to go off to safety. But look at Abby Murphy, net front, just battling with Claire Thompson. But nonetheless, the Americans get their first power play of the game. Currently 4 for 20 in the tournament, so operating at 20% right now.
If there's one area the Americans would like to improve, it would be this power play. 20 opportunities, the most out of any team in these Olympics. 4 power play goals to show for it. Off the draw, Edwards to Keller. They'll have to reset off this face-off to the right of Desbiens. Kristen O'Neill, the draw for Canada. Gets thrown down on it. Americans looking for it. It's under O'Neill, and she's just going to stand tall. Keller to the far side, looking in front for a tip from Carpenter. Final seconds here. Keller pulls it back, but the buzzer will sound.
Well, that was a great look for Alex Carpenter with the Americans on the power play, unable to convert, and O'Neill's going to go down at the dot. You can see John Roboleski saying, I want to delay a game there. Alex Carpenter just misses the mark, but this has been outstanding, period, Ken's. Shots 8-6 in the favor of the Canadians. We are in for a ride.
Canada has arrived. This is the style of game we know they play. Red and white playing the Canadian way, en route to defend their gold against their arch rivals, the Americans. More to come in our first intermission with Andy Petrillo and the panel.
For over 25 years, Access Storage has been supporting our communities from coast to coast, keeping your treasures safe. Access Storage, proud partner of Team Canada, from grassroots to gold medals.
The Cashmere logo has long stood for softness and strength. But it's another symbol on our pack that stands for something more. Soft, strong, and Canadian all over. Cashmere.
Her particular skill set can be helpful to us.
She's a con artist.
Then using your talents for crime, you'll be playing on our team.
I'm a cop.
You're not a cop. You have a badge?
Not yet.
A gun?
Soon.
Not ever. I need to get off that boat and back to being a full-time detective, and you need to stay out of prison. The best way we do that is to keep our heads down and do as we're told.
90,000.
90,000.
The department will cover it, right?
No, they won't.
Wild Cards. Stream now on CBC and CBC Gem.
Getting the McDonald's you love for just $5 plus tax every day? That's not just value. That's McValue. Get $5 McValue meals every day.
When pain shows up, Tylenol is on your team. It's like Nathan McKinnon having your back, even when your back doesn't have your back. Tylenol Extra Strength, your pain relief MVP.
I want you.
The Hyundai Elantra inspires a special type of love. The type that goes the distance. That always stays on your mind. And still takes your breath away after all this time. It's that Hyundai Elantra type of love.
As Canada stares down economic uncertainty, we're ready with a plan to protect Ontario. We're fighting to defend every job, building new nuclear facilities, speeding up approvals to build mines, diversifying our trade, bringing opportunity, good jobs, and growth home. Because this province doesn't just sit back, we build. That's how we protect Ontario.
You move with ease, you catch the breeze. You're in the groove, every step is feeling right. You are going out tonight. Look at you, you're shining through. With the light, it's all on you. Open the night and make it move. Take the stage is what you do.
Olympic hockey on CBC is presented by Ozempic.
This is why we say anything can happen in a gold medal game, much tighter than in that preliminary round between Canada and USA. Annie Petrillo, Soroya Tinker here in studio, but let's head straight to the rink with Claire Hanna and the panel.
Thank you very much, Andy, alongside Cassie Campbell-Pascal and Haley Salvian. And yes, Canada is outshooting the United States 8-6, much different than that preliminary game where Canada lost 5-0. And I just want your thoughts on this period and just the excitement, the level, the energy.
Wow. I mean, just wow. That was Team Canada's best period of the tournament, and so it should have been. It's the start of a gold medal game. They sent a message. They were engaged. They were on their toes. They were physical. They played connected. Look at the bench. Look at this offside call. Look at everyone on the bench put their hand up. This, to me, shows they are in the moment. They care for each other. They're all standing on that bench, and what a period. What a way to start this Olympic final for Team Canada.
And the last time these two teams played in the preliminary round, it was 2-0 at this intermission. Canada only had 4 shots on goal, so safe to say 0-0. They're outshooting the U.S. right now. This is a significantly better start, and I agree with Cassie. This is the best Canada's looked all tournament.
You saw Haley Scamora get that breakout opportunity while the United States were on the penalty kill, but Canada steps in. They've also got great breakouts. How do you think the Canadians are just moving the puck in general, Cassie?
Well, Renata Fast, you make a mistake, and what do? You come back and you get that puck away from Scamora on the breakaway. But listen, I gave it to the Canadian defense in their last game against the Swiss because I didn't think they were very sharp. This is their best game of the Olympics. Look how connected they are. Look at the passes that they're making. They're allowing their forwards to attack the neutral zone with speed, and then they're creating dump-ins. Look at this pass by Erin Ambrose. Her feet are moving. She sends Daryl Watts in on the forecheck. They create a great scoring chance, all because of great breakouts by the D. Here's another one off the faceoff. Their feet are moving. They're making simple plays. They weren't doing this earlier in the period. They just are playing with confidence. And you know, as a forward and every other player on the team, when your defense are playing like this, you just have more confidence as a group. And then look at Ambrose. Because she keeps her feet moving, she's able to cut inside. She creates that second power play opportunity for her team, and you got to give them a lot of credit.
Now, we see Canadian head coach Troy Ryan switching his lines up a lot, but one of the most consistent has been Turnbull, Clark, and Stacey. How have they set the tone in this gold medal final?
I feel like I talk about them all the time. They're Troy Ryan's favorite line. They're my favorite line, too. And they start this game because they set the identity for Team Canada. This line plays the blueprint that Canada needs to play to beat the Americans. They use their speed. They get pucks in behind the American D. They get there first. They grind it out. They work hard. We see Blair Turnbull just outworking below the goal line, and they get their opportunities by playing the right way. I know it sounds cliche, but by getting pucks in deep and getting on the pucks first, you are slowing that U.S. defender down. You're slowing down Caroline Harvey, Haley Wynn, these talented offensive defenders. That's the only way Canada's going to have a chance.
Picture the rooms right now. If you're the USA, you're feeling the pressure for the first time in this tournament. Canada, they're pumped. That was the best period of their tournament, so there's a different sense in both these dressing rooms here moving into the second.
Yeah, and I can really sense a different energy from Sarah Nurse, still searching for her first goal of the Olympics after being the points leader in Beijing. I feel like she's buzzing, Andy.
Yeah, 18 points 4 years ago. Okay, well, let's talk about the difference as well between this game and that preliminary, and it does seem like the neutral zone. What is Canada doing better?
Yes, I agree with Cassie and Haley. I think this has been the best period for the Canadians so far, and best period for their defense specifically. You can see that they're not timid to step up into the play and to break up that neutral zone play. The U.S. loves to break out in transition. They love to attack with speed, and you can't do that when your neutral zone gets messed up and the Canadians are able to step up in there. And you can see that they're operating as a unit. As a defender, you can't step up into that play unless you have your forward coming back and giving you that support. And they've followed up, given them the support. It's a regroup, and they're back the other way. So the Americans are on their heels. I think the Canadians are doing an amazing job defensively, and they're going to want to keep on stepping up in the neutral zone.
Yeah, and Renata Fast showing just how fast she is. By the way, the too many players call. I wonder if that's the refs keeping a good eye on things after what happened between the Canadian men and Czechia. So no score yet after the first 20 minutes of play. We have an Olympic update next.
Olympic hockey, presented by Ozempic. Wondering about Ozempic? Visit ozempic.ca for savings.
Before the moment you fly, there are countless moments along the way. Moments that shift, shape, and spark potential. RBC Training Ground creates a path for that potential. That's how talent takes flight. RBC Training Ground has discovered potential in over 20,000 Canadian athletes and counting.
Where does bravery live? In William Danjanu, who's breaking the mold of a short track speed skater with every stride. And in Sonia Schmidt, who spends her off-season planting trees to afford her Olympic dream. It lives inside Mikkel Kingsbury, who dared to speak his dream out loud and then dared to make it come true. Where does bravery live? Inside every Canadian, in the moments that define us.
Dear Lori,
James, Mikael,
Sarah, you don't know it yet, but your love for sport
will go way beyond just playing for fun.
might not feel like it right now, but you're exactly where you need to be.
At the start of something awesome. Even if it all
Am I having a hallucination? Hi, Emily. We're would you like to start?
I am the new features editor at Runway.
No, you are not.
Yeah, we're all so thrilled.
You know what's funny is you've changed. You have. You're much more confident. Kept those eyebrows, though, didn't you?
The Devil Wears Prada 2. Only in theaters, May 1st.
When you play the lottery with OLG, you sponsor Ontario athletes. Your play supports athletes from your community.
Winner, gagnant. Google Pixel 10 Multi-View, a little sneak peek of everything happening today. We're bringing you hockey. There's figure skating, curling, a ton of stuff happening at Milano Cortina 2026. Let's get you caught up to speed now. An Olympic update brought to you by Wegovy. Brad Jacobs won Olympic gold at 2014 Sochi. He wants to get back there, but he's got to get through the semifinals first. That is happening right now. Let's take you to some of that action. So Brad Jacobs taking on Norway, skipped by Magnus Ramsfeld. The Norwegians won their round-robin matchup this morning. Canada back to their original lineup, so Ben Hebert playing lead. And Jacobs will blank the first and takes the hammer to the second. That is where they are right now. In the other semi, it's a rematch of the 2025 World Championship final. Bruce Mowat versus Yannick Schwaller of Switzerland. Mowat at that time was the skip of Scotland, but heading Team Great Britain's rink at these games. Schwaller has the hammer, final rocks of the end. He falls, trying to sweep out the GB stone. Whoopsie. He does touch it, but they all agree it was going out anyway. No harm, sportsmanship from the Brits. And I feel like, once again, it is a reminder that ice is slippery. So that's where that one also stands at the moment. We continue to keep an eye on that. So there you go. Canada with the hammer in the second end. And then, as you can see, figure skating, women's free. They're warming up flight number 2. We will bring you that action after hockey.
Olympic update presented by Wegovy. Ask your doctor for Wegovy by name. Visit wegovy.ca for savings.
High energy back and forth first period. Respect there between the two captains. The Americans will start that second period on the power play. Still no score in the gold medal game. Watch parties across the country. Nothing brings you together like a good gold medal game. We drop the puck on the second period next.
Underneath it all, it's not just about getting back up. The hours spent chasing seconds, or the achievements that paved your path. It's about what helped you leave your mark. For 20 years, Intact Insurance has stood behind speed skate in Canada, and now we're partnering with Team Canada to champion all the Olympians of tomorrow.
May Martin hosts the Junos.
The biggest night in Canadian music, the 55th Annual Juno Awards, with your host, May Martin, live March 29th at 8 on CBC.
Remember, it's pizza, then French fries. Pizza and French fries. That's it, you got this. Love you, kiddo.
Together is golden. McCain.
I just MailChimp my marketing.
You MailChimp your what?
I just MailChimp my marketing with MailChimp's new Shopify integration, turning data into more revenue.
keep it dreaming.
We've come a long, long way together. Our gear, our games.
Well, Katie Millian and USA Hockey has been strategic over the last 4 years. They've integrated youth, and now that youth and that star power is paying off. The dominance over Canada, having won the last 7 straight games. So we've said it. It all comes down to one game, and that was Canada's best first period yet, Cheryl. Renata Fast saying it, that it'll come down to the bloodbath. You're competing for Olympic gold. The past is the past. Who cares? And they are now translating that mindset into their on-ice play. Sure, what stood out to you about Canada's performance in the opening 20?
Well, you heard the panel talk about being assertive and on the hunt and taking away the neutral zone, but one of the things that caught my eye was also using the other side of the ice. So if they're on the strong side, all of a sudden floating it to the other side or changing the point of attack with the rim. That's not something we have seen. Now, they have their work cut out for them right now. They're on the PK. Weren't able to capitalize on the power play, but let's go. Giddy up, Kenzie.
This crowd with these athletes every step of the way. Canada opens up this second period on the penalty kill. Ella Shelton in the box for hooking. So USA's power play to the work, their first time in this game on the power play. Megan Keller showing her dominance. Layla Edwards, who's been a power play specialist, gets stopped by Kristen O'Neill. Back down low, Thompson chasing after it. Americans held scoreless in the first period for the first time in this tournament. Trying for a clear, Carpenter keeps it in play. Keller to the far side, Edwards. Delays, shot stopped by Davey and followed up by Carpenter, hoping to pick it up near side was Bilka. Couldn't get there in time. A minute gone here on USA's power play. Canada flees it to center. Stacey leading the charge. The power kill to work. Stacey to O'Neill to the backhand. She scores! Kristen O'Neill strikes first for Canada in the gold medal game.
Debian makes a couple of saves, and then it's a great stick. Look at, you got a right-handed shot in Laura Stacey. Look at, O'Neill says, I ain't going to the bench. I think I can get in there. And as a lefty, she's on her strong side. She's able to receive this. Hold to the backhand. Oh my goodness, to beat Erin Frankel, a player who was part of the taxi squad in Beijing, so did not see the ice. And Kristen O'Neill is having herself a tournament. The power kill strikes shorthanded.
A shorthanded goal for the Canadians to open up the scoring and get on the board first. We talked about how important this first goal was going to be for momentum, for dominance. The team that scores first has won gold 5 of the 6 times when these two teams meet each other, as Heisey gets stripped up over the blue line. No penalty on the play. What a goal for Kristen O'Neill. A beautiful pass from Laura Stacey. United States looking to respond. 20 seconds left on their power play. O'Neill, who had just 2 shifts in the first period, the penalty kill specialist, gets on the board for Canada.
Oh, and she's done so many things. That's her 3rd goal. But she's also been 64% in the face-off dot as well. And you talk about executing your role, and O'Neill does it perfectly here. Stays the course and stays with the play, pulling it to the backhand, recognizing that Erin Frankel has committed. She is out there. She's already extended that left leg. So she pulls it to the backhand, and Ella Shelton from Ingersoll, Ontario, saying, oh yeah, thank you very much.
O'Neill, we mentioned it, was a taxi squad player in Beijing. When Canada won gold, they visited the taxi squad players to celebrate with them afterwards. They were not allowed to go and join the village, so the Canadians went to them, and now O'Neill celebrates her hardest on this gold medal stage to put Canada in the driver's seat.
Well, and it's also Renee Desbiens has to make a couple of saves, right? She has to be your best penalty killer, but it's Laura Stacey that says, I'm not just going to whack this thing down the ice. And O'Neill, who was at the end of her shift, said, you know what? I'm staying with this. I'm going to hold up. I'm going to get on my horse and get up ice to provide an option for number 7.
Face off outside Canada's end. Off the draw. Shelton feeds it around. Villiers stopped up, keeps it in zone. Kayla Barnes finds Excelsior's Minnesota's Grace Zumwinkle and get by Villiers. As a let's go, Canada can't start. Down low, looking for a wraparound around Desbiens, who will hold her post. Zumwinkle couldn't jam it home.
Well, this is below the goal line, and it's Grace Zumwinkle, who's one of those players that's a power forward. So one of her moves is to power back to the net. And just have a look at this. Laura Stacey just reading the stick, and the hold, the pause, pulling it to the backhand. Layla Edwards is on her tail, but can't get position because she does cut to the middle of the ice. And look at the Canadian fans. No beer on me yet, Kens.
So far, so good. That's just the second goal scored against the Americans in this tournament. To center, Megan Keller. Having a career best here on the international stage at the Olympics. The 3-time Olympian, never scored before on this stage. Comes into this game with 2 on her tournament. Plays a lot of minutes. Now Shelton. Moves it up. Stacey didn't like that extra touch from Carl Salemi. Lets her know it.
Well, you see the jump of this Canadian team, and so right now it's almost as the Americans are kind of stifled a little bit, not sure why they don't have the room they're so used to having off of the puck, because Canada's taking away that neutral zone. And one of the things we talked about before this game started, Kenzie, was be first. Own the ice, and Canada being very assertive right now.
It's the 30th all-time meeting in the gold medal game between these two powerhouse nations. Clark up ahead, looking for Turnbull. She'll connect. Win with the shoulder check from Rochester, New York. Gets stopped by Clark. Harvey, makes the play just in time. LaRock gets by Hillary Knight. 5-time winner Olympian. Heads back for it as Canada keeps it in zone. Fast. Gets pinned. Stacey right there to help. She'll flip this puck to center. Clark skates into it. The strength of her game, her speed. Saskatchewan looks on as a loose puck to center, picked up by Poulin. Far end looking for Villiers. A bouncing puck kept in zone by Clark. Works in on the far end. Villiers down low. Thompson accepts the pass. Now on Nato, looking for a redirection. Claire Thompson from Toronto finds Villiers. 2 Princeton graduates get it in the American zone. Win. Poulin's right on her tail and takes her down. Poulin giving it her all.
Well, that's because Wynn's looking for a player that's open, so she slows her feet down and she's looking, and they usually have someone available to them with the speed off of the puck right now, and Americans just not finding it at the moment.
Murphy gloves it down to keep it in Canada's end to the slot. A chance. High it will go in over the net. Do is Bilka all alone. Her shot just high.
Well, Bilka on the doorstep, and it was knock-knock, but unfortunately no one is home, and the Canadians are all on their feet. So are the Americans. Taylor Heisey reading the pressure of Erin Ambrose, and because Erin Ambrose dives, it forces Bilka to elevate that puck and just goes over and Renee Desbiens.
Bilka's USA's goal-scoring leader. Couldn't connect there. Jenner off the turnover, score back down into the corner. Canada right where they want to be, up by 1 against the Americans. Nurse pinned with Skimora. Janicki looking on. He's Tessa Janicki, the Golden Goal hero at the Worlds last year. Now on the back check, Malte has Jenner. Back for Malte. Oh, and it'll be offside for Canada. The crowd's so loud they didn't hear the whistle. Malte being held back. Voted best trash talker, and I have to think she's got some wise words in this game.
Well, going toe-to-toe with Kayla Barnes, but this is an offside. We saw this earlier in the tournament and the prelim game against the Americans. Even in the semifinals, just a little bit of a disconnect, but Renata Fast was jumping up on the weak side of the ice, so the far side, and Emma Malte came to the middle and dished, and they went offside. As Canadian fans right now, though, are pretty pleased with what they're seeing from their team.
A lot of red and white inside Santa Julia Arena. The final day of women's hockey. We saw bronze earlier today in overtime. Who will win gold? Zumwinkle driving pace on net. It'll go wide. Back up as Desbiens had some company in her net. To the blue line. Keller loses it. A break for Natalie Spooner. All alone, it's Spooner to the outside against Keller. Shot deflected. In and around, it will go. Edwards met by Gosling in the corner. Kristen O'Neill, the short-handed goal. As Canada on the 1-0 lead. Heads back. As the puck will go back into Canada's zone. Thompson has some time. Connects with Kristen O'Neill. With patience, she'll feed it around. Carpenter at the far end, hoping to pick up this puck. O'Neill takes the body and forces it back in zone. Off the turnover. Stacey was right there. Here comes Hillary Knight. These are her games. We've talked about Captain Clutch of Canada. Well, Hillary Knight, Captain America. We've seen her come up big in these moments. Daryl Watts finds a blue line pass to Fast off her skate. Gives a break tonight. Poke check by Joy Dunn, playing with the Buckeyes this year. Back for Knight on net for Desbiens to make the save. Two different teams. We've got a veteran core in Team Canada and their final push. This group together for one last Winter Olympics. The Americans, the youth injected early. It's brought them to this point, but can it take them the distance? USA sends two below the goal line. Bilka, part of that youth movement. Works it in down as Heisey looks out in front, but Fast is right there. Murphy to win. A far end pass. Harvey gets by Fillier, just dancing in the offensive zone, but takes a hit from Poulin, setting her straight. Abby Murphy to Haley Wynn. USA in possession now. Murphy drags, looking for a shot. Wynn and Renee Desbiens steps up big. What a save for ARD. As Watts clears it to safety, but it won't get out. USA pressing a long shift for Canada in their own zone. Wynn below the goal line. It's Gross-Lemy out in front. And to the center of the ice it will go.
Well, throughout this tournament, and Renee Desbiens looked a little bit shaky, but when she gets to the big game, boy, could she ever make the massive save.
Sarah Nurse brings the crowd to life, leading the charge. Nurse trying for the shot off. Rebound. Franco gets pushed into her net. The puck is right there. The whistle will sound. Well, Kristen O'Neill scoring at one end, but Renee Desbiens doing her job at the other. It's a short-handed marker to get the Canadians in the lead.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise playing in the street. Gonna
Players with places to play and places to pause with responsible gaming tools.
It's time and spending limits for us.
Very good.
Deposit limits work for me.
Excellent choice.
I prefer a good cooling off period.
Very cool indeed. Bet Rivers Responsible Gaming Tools. Welcome to your online casino.
Well, goaltending is so massive, and Anne-Renee Desbiens has been unbelievable, and she got pulled in the prelim game against the Americans. But how about this one? Stick out that left leg, and that's anticipating the play. I mean, that is a fight and a push across to be able to keep that out of the back of the net, and the puck goes the other way. Sarah Nurse fighting 1-2, and it's Carl Salemi that goes in on Frankel. This is the compete. This is the battle. Keep dreams alive, Kens. Everyone giving it everything they got.
Canada is dialed in, playing to their identity here. A shot wide of the net, it will go as Ambrose lets it go from the blue line. Nurse looking for the loose puck. Zumwinkle will pick it up. And Renee Desbiens has won 4 of her 6 gold medal meetings against the United States on the international stage. A historic goaltender in what she has done over the years.
Well, and her mantra is so calm, cool, and collected, and just always poised within her crease and able to bounce back, and it takes that mental fortitude to be able to play in gold medal games.
From Claremont, Quebec, where she now has a statue outside her home arena. Deservedly so. The biggest save yet from Anne-Renee Desbiens in this game. Keeping this a 1-goal game. Point Schofield to Zumwinkle, stolen away by Kristen O'Neill, who ended the Americans' long, historic shutout streak at 352 minutes, 17 seconds. Panic ties up O'Neill, allows Deckline to work it back down low. Point Schofield tripped up, keeps going. Thompson plays the body. Jakes recognizes, so she'll pull this puck out. Tries for a centering feed to London's Julia Gosling. She'll get on her horse and challenge Barnes.
Well, Barnes is one of those stay-at-home defenders. She will activate. She will jump into the rush. Likes to use the net. Had that last really nice breakout because she took the middle of the ice and used the net to shake her check.
Carpenter deflected in front. Right around Anne-Renee Desbiens. Hillary Knight to the ice for the Americans. Joy Dunn pulls it in to the backhand forehand. ARD holds tight. Thompson sees the pressure, feeds it around to the far end. Keller keeps it in play. Stacey right on her tail, up high. Carpenter snaps it to Edwards. A high shot, blocked in front. Joy Dunn hoping to get the rebound chance.
Well, you see a couple of blocks there, and the Americans taking the shot from the point. You haven't seen the same activation from the D because of this posture.
Edwards drags high and off the glass. The shot Canada has to be in control of. Layla Edwards can shoot from all angles as Murphy gets taken down in front of Canada's bench.
And that's Laura Stacey just on the hunt there and backtracking to make sure Abby Murphy doesn't get a leg on her.
Desbiens leaves it. Jocelyn Larocque looks ahead, hitting a few sticks and staying in Canada's zone. Now it's Marie-Philippe Poulet. Here she comes. These are her moments. Can shoot from all angles as Murphy gets taken down in front of Canada's bench.
And that's Laura Stacey just on the hunt there and backtracking to make sure Abby Murphy doesn't get a leg on her.
Desbiens leaves it. Jocelyn Larocque looks ahead, hitting a few sticks and staying in Canada's zone. Now it's Marie-Philippe Poulet. Here she comes. These are her moments. Poulet fighting for space, wraps it around to Watts. Couldn't get the go in the second period. Harvey feeds it off to Barnes with a slap shot as ARD flashes the level. And Renee Desbiens, the 31-year-old, making the second period her best at the Olympics.
I get it. It's hard to change. Me? I'm pretty loyal. I've been on the same team for 17 years. Same coach for 11. Never switched my number once. I start every warm-up with a pass from the same guy. What's up, Curtis? And I shoot from the same spot every time. So you can imagine how good something has to be for me to change.
Can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it with the big bad dough. Come on. Don't I make it look easy? Don't I make it look good? Yeah.
Every winter, the birds fly south. Not all of them, just the ones who can't handle it. The days getting shorter, the wind getting meaner, the sun that might not come. Because chasing warmth is natural, for some. For others, they were born to chase something else.
Kristen O'Neill, Canada's first ever shorthanded goal in the gold medal game at the Winter Olympics. Reactions say it all.
Certainly is amazing, isn't it, Ken's, how sport galvanizes the country.
From Toronto to Glasgow, Calgary, Ottawa, coast to coast, Canada tuning in here on CBC. The Canadians defending their goals from Beijing in what was a historic run for them in that tournament. We're here tonight watching the Canadian women get back to the podium.
Well, this play is going to be offside, but I mean, Alex Carpenter is on the hunt and possessed here on her backtrack. Laura Stacey having herself a game as well, just being so confident in the stride that keeps moving with her first three of them. She's so urgent on it and so much energy that this line is bringing to this team right now. Troy Ryan just looked to my right and he's been more vocal today as well.
Troy Ryan from Spryfield, Nova Scotia. You've got Corey Chevry from New Glasgow, but Terminal, of course, from Stellarton. A lot of Nova Scotians representing the province here in Milan. The gold medal game. 8.5 remaining. A board battle underway with Burlington's Renata Fast. Stacey gets tied up by Carpenter. Comes out with it. Carpenter looking for Janicki. Swings it in front. Edwards is there. Pulls it back. A high shot. It'll go far the next.
Well, she has got a bullet, but a nice play and stick by Ella Shelton, number 617 defender, just pushing to the outside. You have to have active sticks that have to push to the middle of the ice all the time.
Point Schofield. That speed. Here she comes off the backhand. Back to the far angle. O'Neill takes panic. Loose puck. Sophie Jakes has some time. Errol Watts to center. A touch by O'Neill. Frankel plays it to the corner. Haley Wynn. Clarkson alum. Gets through Watts. Nice shimmy and a shake there. Jakes taken down in front as Point Schofield feels the effects of Jakes. Jenner rolls off for check. He's been big in gold medal games before. Look no further than Sochi 2014. Jenner, whose goal started the comeback.
One of the things I'm noticing is when Canada is in the defensive end, they're closing very quickly on the Americans. Something, again, we haven't seen. They've sorted out and they're communicating. It's like everyone knows exactly what they're doing.
The Americans have outshot the Canadians in this second period.
But interesting, though, Ken, that in the first period, Canada had 5 slot shots to Americans, none. And prelim action, Canada did not have one grade A high-danger look.
This is the game. They're putting all their energy into the one that matters most. Barnes going for a skate, looking for a pass out in front, looking for this puck. Krosalemi scoops it up. Heisey, a slap shot, a big save. Oh, it goes up and over the net. Chaos in front of the crease. USA still in control as Abby Murphy leads the way. Murphy on net, looking for the rebound. Cleared away by Jocelyn LaRock. A break for Canada. Malte gets the red line as Canada can exhale.
Well, that's the movement in the offensive zone we're so used to seeing by the Americans against the Canadians running.
Offside for the Americans here with 5:47 to go. See Ambrose here in discomfort on the bench. Canadian Canadians giving it their all as the United States will push here with the game on the line.
The world is changing, but with every challenge comes a chance to build better, stronger. We're investing in ourselves, buying Canadian, prospering from our resources and critical minerals. Our plan is to create jobs, build affordable homes twice as fast, break down barriers between provinces, and expand global trade. This is our moment to build a strong economy by Canadians for Canadians. A message from the Government of Canada.
USA captain Hillary Knight revealed this is her last Olympics after making 5 trips to the Winter Games. She is currently the U.S. all-time leading goal scorer, and it's been emotional because on Tuesday she asked her partner, Olympic speed skater Brittany Bowe, to marry her. And I asked Knight about the engagement. She told me, I thought, what better moment than to do it at the Olympics where we met back in 2022. We've spent so much of our lives here. It's been so much fun cheering each other on.
What a moment for Hillary Knight over the course of these Winter Olympics. I would love to put a bow on the final game of her career on this stage.
Well, and what she's meant to the game, and you think about Bilka and Layla Edwards, Janicki talking about how she was an inspiration to them and now playing alongside them, wearing the C in her final game, representing her country, and what she's not only meant to her national team being the face of it, but also to the game at large, the advancement of a league, willing to put herself aside, much like Poulin, to make sure that in the future, young girls would have an opportunity to be paid to be played.
Leaving the game better than when they found it. These two teams take to the ice. It inspires more to get involved and to dream big and to go for your goals, as Edwards been dreaming of this moment since she was a young girl, playing in the very game. Edwards takes her time now, looking up ice, cuts to center, gets by Watts, moves it ahead, Panic leaves it, icing the call, so Panic will have to remain on the ice.
Introducing investing with GoSmart. Smart. Introducing your girlfriend's dad to your hidden talent. Not smart. Start investing in minutes with as little as $10 with GoSmart. New from RBC Direct Investing.
Off the face-off, a loose puck here. Poulin can't pick it up. Jakes keeps it in. Sophie Jakes drags, tipped in front. Villiers had it. Oh, what a look for Sarah Villiers. The crowd to their feet. They thought that was a guaranteed moment. Villiers looks for space. Finds Thompson. Jakes to the far end. Watts gets pinned by Panic. Thompson leads to a foot race. Coins Schofield right there, and instead she'll opt for a change.
Well, we're seeing the work of Sophie Jakes on the blue line there, just recognizing the ice that she was able to get. What a beautiful play. Really think she's elevated her game. A reason why she's elevated to the top 4 throughout this tournament, Kens. And opportunity denied by Erin Frankel, but a beautiful play. Look at this, walking the line, but what I love, she doesn't take it, says, oh, look at all this ice, they're giving it to me, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna look off because I got Sarah Villiers, one of the best in the world, on the back door, and delivers a gift, and she's looking for that redirect, might have been able to hold it, but Erin Frankel, she's quick.
Shelton to the slot, Nurse to the glove of Frankel. Another grade A look for the Canadians off the face-off.
On the offensive zone, if you can win the face-offs and get to your set quickly, the Canadians finding ways to generate some offense. Sarah Nurse, and a quick play by Brianne Jenner, and it goes back to Ella Shelton, back to the middle of the ice. So Sarah Nurse takes the draw, pops to the spot to get a quick shot.
fixing the face-off dot here. Christina Hakova dropping the puck to the right of Frankel. Looking for this loose puck here. Carpenter digs for it. Win gets pinned down low by Malte. Up comes Hillary Knight. She's put on her country's colors. Has been a leader in the points and the goals department. A great crowd here tonight. A souvenir for a lucky fan. Mikhail Kingsbury taking in the Canadians here tonight. Got his Canada jersey on. He's had an incredible Winter Olympics. Tom Brady in the house as well, cheering on the Americans. A star-studded affair inside Santa Julia Arena tonight.
Well, that's one thing about the Olympics. When you represent your country, you're not just representing your sport. You're a greater team, and you all come together.
Hillary Knight takes down a body in front. A good look to Carpenter. The two vets connecting. Under 4 to go. Harvey works it below the goal line. Joy Dunn slaps her stick away up against Renata Fast. Joy Dunn following the footsteps of older sister Jinsey Dunn, who is Beijing silver medalist with USA. Looking to finish the job. As Harvey steps down to the outside, she'll go. Loose puck in front. Fast sees it. Stacey, here she comes again. Laura Stacey showing her speed ahead, trying to connect with Renata Fast. Pops to center. Carpenter's right there, so the Americans feed it to center. Now it's time for Bilka speed. Stopped up by Jocelyn Larocque. Poulin, stretch pass, looking for Ambrose. A game of runs here at either end. Both teams stretching the zone. You know, this neutral ice is certainly smaller than typical ice surfaces these women are used to playing on.
When they advance the puck quickly and they can get in behind, you want a puck you can skate onto.
Sophie Jakes. We're playing hockey at Rennie Park in Toronto as her stick tied up currently by Steckline, her former Frost teammate. Nurse tracking in. Steckline tries to stretch play to center. Thompson back down in the American zone. Thompson to the backhand. Frankel holds.
Well, again, Kenzie, this is Canada taking away the neutral zone and being very aware backside. And what I mean by that is the Americans are looking to launch to the other side of the ice. Well, this is going to be a step up. But earlier, you had the veteran defender in Jocelyn Larocque. Listen to this. Don't look at the puck, kids out there. Make sure you're taking that one-on-one body. And it's going to be another defender in Claire Thompson who stepped up in the neutral zone and is able to get the puck going the other way. Runs out of real estate, but still able to get a shot on Erin Frankel.
Thompson, record holder, most points ever by defender in their career at the Olympics. Skimora out in front. Desbiens stretches across. This is her night. And Renee Desbiens locked in the gold medal game. Battle behind her now. Nurse in on it. Ella Shelton punches it ahead. Fast. Running out of time. Skimora takes the body. Keller to Layla Edwards. Americans trailing for the first time ever at this tournament to their rivals, the Canadians. Edwards drags a shot, hoping for a deflection. Renata Fast pulls it to safety, and to center it will go, but not for long. A quick transition. The Americans back in zone. Desbiens plays it to the corner. A minute and a half remaining in the second period. USA elevating here as Wynn, far end. Carpenter to the slot, off a skate in front. Hillary Knight was on the doorstep. She was ready. Canada keeping the Americans at bay. Wynn trying to look for interior. Desbiens with the save and cleared away by Sarah Nurse.
You see Pearl Salemi and Skimora together here, and it is very, very heavy line. Hard on the boards, hard on the walls.
Harvey to center for Bilka. Another big save by Desbiens. Final minute to go in the second period. Canada pressing. USA in the hands of Bilka. Shot again from Desbiens. Canada's best player in this second period has been their netminer in Anne-Renee Desbiens.
Well, especially in this second period, and the shots are even at 20 apiece right now, and everyone Everyone's having fun. It's not bedtime, and why would it be? As you see Scamora and Ella Shelton just pushing to the outside, deflecting to the perimeter, but Carl Salemi driving through the middle. And how about Carolyn Harvey with the sauce to Bilka, who's able to get a stick on it. Woo, this game's opening up.
This clock is winding down here on the second period. USA out shooting Canada here 14-12. Now Thompson trying for the shot. Clark off the backhand to Turnbull. Southampton's Blair Turnbull with the long shot. Bluff down Stacey. A clear break on net. Franco makes the save. Laura Stacey also has elevated her game to new heights tonight.
Well, and she spoke to us pre-tournament about just how much it means to her, and it doesn't matter the role, and she's been in so many different roles. Whether at a world championship it's a healthy scratch or elevated to the top line, this is an athlete that plays with energy and extreme heart. Talked earlier about heart going to feet. Well, Laura Stacey has heart in her skates.
Shelton, a shot tapped in front, another good look. It was Fillier with the deflection. Final 10 seconds here. Sarah Fillier below the goal line for Canada. Canada has two. It's Daryl Watts digging it out as well. Buzzer will sound. All smiles for Canada. Lead the way 1-0, courtesy of the shorthanded goal from Oakville's Kristen O'Neill.
Well, 20 minutes to go here as Amber-Renee Davier just nodding her head and getting taps from her teammates. What's to come? Kenzie Lalonde, it's a gold medal on the line.
Just one more period to go. Canada right where they want to be. Everybody has elevated their game for this moment. Looking to go the distance tonight in Milan. More to come in our second intermission with Andy Petrillo and the panel.
The journey to glory begins with grit. They say greatness is a lonely road, but look closer. At Nulo, we stand with the silent teammates, the ones who never miss a send-off and are always there for the welcome home. They remind us to breathe, to rest, to carry on. Nulo fuels the pets who fuel their people, because behind every champion is a teammate who believed in them first. Nulo, fuel incredible.
Here we go. It's a thing of beauty. I don't believe it. That might do it. Oh my goodness. Nails the landing. What a shot. That was wild. What an incredible performance.
That was huge.
Holy smokes. That was in another stratosphere.
I've never seen anything quite like that. Welcome to the Olympics.
What's for lunch? Right, we have eggs.
You have eggs, you have lunch. You ready?
I never thought there would be life after you, but there was.
Do you happen to be hiring?
Yeah. What's your trauma? I can't get a job because I just got out of prison. You win.
What can I get you?
Do you guys need help?
How dare she just show up?
If it wasn't for her, our son would still be alive.
Sorry you lost him.
Every moment is a reminder that life is worth living.
Reminders of him.
We've done it. Team Canada has won the gold. Unbelievable.
Cheerios, when dreams come full circle.
The BetRivers app welcomes players like you with an online casino experience unlike any other. How? From big wins to lots of spins, there are spinfinite ways to play. With thousands of popular and exclusive games, our slots can run hot. Plus, throw in the excitement of live table games like blackjack and roulette for the ultimate playcation. Bet Rivers, welcome to your online casino.
The Olympic Winter Games Milano Cortina 2026 are brought to you by Tim Hortons Team Canada hockey cards. Grab a pack today.
Olympic hockey on CBC is presented by Ozempic.
Kristen O'Neill getting the lone goal in this game so far, 1-0 Canada after 2 periods of play. And it was a shorty. That is the first shorthanded goal for Canada in a gold medal game for the women. By the way, no jailbreak rules here. We know that exists in the PWHL if anyone was expecting Canada to go full strength at that point. But 1-0 here. Let's talk more about that one with Claire Hanna on the panel.
Thank you so much, Andy, alongside Cassie Campbell-Pascal and Haley Salviat. And yesterday when Canada had a training session, their main focus was actually the power play. So it's not conventional that we see them score in the penalty kill. You mentioned it, the first time they've ever scored shorthanded at the Olympics. So where did this scoring spur come from, Kristen O'Neill?
You know, I'm giddy talking about Kristen O'Neill because I know what she means to the group in the dressing room and how hard she's worked to get here and how fit she is and the character person that she is. And listen, she now has the same amount of goals in this tournament as Sarah Fillier, as Marie-Philippe Poulin, as Julia Gosling, who got 3 power play goals. Her ability to take D-zone faceoffs when Marie-Philippe Poulin was out of the lineup. Look at Ella Shelton, so thankful. Look at her mom, Trish, and her dad, Barry. They're going to embrace her at some point. I am telling you, Canada, Kristen O'Neill is the hero of these Olympics for Canada so far. If you would have picked someone to be the hero, you would have picked Marie-Philippe Poulin or someone more offensively gifted. She has shown up in such a big way. And Canada, you have to be proud of her. The role she has played in this tournament has been tremendous. Look at her teammates embrace her. That's how important she is.
And I do have to say on the American side, this is an example of where moving Layla Edwards from forward to defense gets exposed a little bit. She's one of the best forwards in the NCAA. The Americans move her to the back end. She's got a great shot, great offensive instincts, not the fastest of foot, and got absolutely burned by Laura Stacey and Kristen O'Neill on that power play for the Americans.
And that's just the second goal the Americans have allowed so far at these Olympic Games. Kyle Bukakis is standing by with Kristen O'Neill.
Well, Kristen, considering where you watched the gold medal game from 4 years ago, what were you thinking when you opened the scoring here tonight?
Yeah, honestly, it was a pretty surreal moment for me. I had just about every emotion running through my veins, so just an unreal pass from Laura, a great penalty kill, and yeah, honestly, I don't remember much after that.
Right. Were you thinking line change seconds before?
I was, honestly.
Yeah.
I think on the video you kind of see me hesitate as she's going down the ice, but obviously really glad I didn't change.
Your group did so well to come out aggressive here tonight. What has to be the mindset with 20 minutes to play here?
Yeah, I think like getting in the dressing room, communicating with one another, like learning from the period we just had, and kind of just moving on from there. You know, the rest of the past 2 periods don't really mean much. It's just what's in front of us right now.
Thanks very much, Kristen.
Thank you.
Well, in that preliminary game against the United States, Anne-Renee Desbiens, Canada's goaltender, allowed 5 goals on 27 shots. But how has she risen to this moment today, Haley?
Just like her captain, Anne-Renee Desbiens knows how to meet the moment. She'd allowed 14 goals against in her previous 3 starts against the Americans. She's been dialed in here today. We heard Cheryl say when it's a big game, she knows how to do it. And it helps that Canada's doing better, getting into shot lanes. They're taking away time and space from the Americans. But Anne-Renee Desbiens is reading the plays beautifully. There's an opportunity. Hannah Bilka just airmails it over Anne-Renee Desbiens, but she's in the right spot, and we see the swagger, flash the glove, plucks the puck right over Britta Curl's head.
You know, Layla Edwards beat her blocker side in the round robin. Not tonight.
Andy,
Not tonight.
I have to say, Andy, there were a lot of USA chants here in the first period, in that first intermission. Crowd has gone pretty silent here.
Yeah, well, and Renee Desbiens coming out with big save. She'll silence that crowd, reigning goalie of the year in the PWHL. But yeah, I mean, do you think the Americans are looking a little nervous? We heard Cheryl Pounder even say Alex Carpenter was upset in that first period, even when it came to faceoffs. So she tossed her gloves aside and got some new ones. What are you sensing?
Yeah, I do think there is a bit of nervous energy from Team USA. You can see it on their bench. I mean, Cassie mentioned it in the first intermission, how Canada's coming to the bench and all their hands are going up. You see their line change here, and everybody just kind of looking around, not fully as a unit here. And then I think they're also showing their youth as well. I don't even necessarily think that it's just nerves, but showing their youth. I think they elected to go with a younger team. We know that, and I think it's starting to show. I mean, it's the penalties. It's the too many players on the ice to start the game. It's the Joy Doon penalty. It's the Layla Edwards on the back check as well. I mean, for myself as a defender, if I see Kristen O'Neill coming and attacking, I know right away to pivot and turn, and you got to turn your full speed on. So I think it's just nervous energy, but rookie mistakes as well.
Facing some adversity for the first time, and it's coming in the gold medal game. Trish O'Neill, is she pumped to see her daughter score at the Olympics and in the gold medal game? I'm going to say yes.
Olympic hockey, presented by Ozempic. Wondering about Ozempic? Visit Ozempic.ca for savings.
Every color tells a story. Hues as wild and untamed as the journeys they echo. You don't need to be indigenous to love it. You just need to love great stories. Wild at every turn. Adventure on APTN.
Greatness doesn't start in the spotlight. It starts on local trails after school, in basements where dreams echo off concrete walls, in Campbell River, Gatineau, Kanawake, places where another rep changes everything. And when the cameras roll and the world leans in, we remember where it all began.
When it all comes together, it could mean you're ready to talk to your doctor about Wegovy. Ask for Wegovy by name. Visit wegovy.ca for savings. When Team Canada wins gold, you win at Tim's. Unlock exclusive offers with Tim's Rewards every time Canada takes gold. Join Tim's Rewards to be part of it.
RBC Training Ground. Shifting, shaping, and sparking potential in over 20,000 Canadian athletes. That's how talent takes flight.
Right now, Canadians are going for it. Some of us are going to work. Some of us are going for gold. And some of us are gonna lose their mind if Lou doesn't put her boots on. We're families. We're champions. And we gotta eat. Like right now. Whatever we call ourselves, Maple Leaf nourishes Canadians with natural ingredients and complete protein. So let's go for it, Canada. But first, protein.
For over 25 years, Access Storage has been supporting our communities from coast to coast, keeping your treasures safe. Access Storage, proud partner of Team Canada, from grassroots to gold medals.
Dear James, there's nothing you love more than skiing. But what you don't know yet is how far you'll go.
Day 13, 7 medals, 5 already happened as we bring you the Google Pixel 10 Multi-View, 2 ongoing. As you can see, you're watching one of them, the women's hockey final, the gold medal. That's in the second intermission. Canada up 1-0. And then women's figure skating is also going to crown a champion. Olympic update brought to you by Wegovy. The Canadian Cassie Sharp, two-time Olympic medalist ski halfpipe. That was gold in Pyeongchang, silver in Beijing. Took some time off becoming a mom, and now here she is back in competition. But this is a scary crash. So she was sitting in second after her first run, and then she goes down hard here. I mean, this is a scary sight. Complete silence, everyone worried. Her coach, we know she's had concussion problems in the past. Good news is as she's getting stretchered off, she gives everyone the wave they were waiting for. I mean, Cassie Sharp, what a wonderful human being and such an excellent sense of humor. Wishing her all the best. Men's curling semifinal, Canada currently up 2-1. They have the hammer, and we'll get to women's figure skating, the free, after hockey.
Olympic Update, presented by Wegovy. Ask your doctor for Wegovy by name. Visit wegovy.ca for savings.
Kristen O'Neill getting that short-handed goal to start the second period, and that's where it still stands. Canada up 1-0, third period coming up.
Bell Olympic Winter Games Daytime is presented by Bell, premier national partner of the Canadian Olympic team since 1996.
Instacart lets you choose your bananas.
Get them just how you like.
Instacart lets you choose your bananas.
From green to extra ripe.
Use the app to control your bananas.
What a time to be alive.
I can't go believe what a time to be alive.
Sweet, get it.
I'm good. No, we got it.
I can't believe we got the show that we wanted.
Really good work today. I have a few notes.
Isn't HRT the cure? I want to be one of those women who just skates through menopause with no symptoms.
You can see that you haven't been yourself. So if you want to talk about it, this isn't the place.
Just pay attention to how much this relationship just flourished.
You can hug my finger, there's less feelings in a finger.
Small Achievable Goals on CBC Gem.
First signs? That's your signal. Cold FX First Signs helps to relieve symptoms of sore throat, fever, cough, headache, runny nose, and fatigue.
We all deserve more fun. That's why there's an SUVW for everyone.
I see you looking. It's what you like.
Canada, it's time for more us. Because we're more than just a place on a map. We're an attitude, one with more empathy than ego, more unity than division, more grit, go, and we got this. The more we choose to stand up as our most flag-flying, maple leaf-buying, local adventuring selves, the more we are the true north, unbreakable, strong, and free.
Hey, I heard pneumococcal pneumonia can land you in the hospital.
You can't hide from pneumococcal pneumonia.
Let's talk about vaccination now that you're over 50.
Hiding from pneumococcal pneumonia won't help protect you from it, but Prevnar 20 can. Talk to your healthcare provider.
Decisions come in two flavors, smart and the kind you pretend you never made. Introducing investing with GoSmart. Smart. Introducing your girlfriend's dad to your hidden talent. Not smart. Opening your GoSmart account to start trading in minutes. Smart. Making it rain with $10. Not smart. Commission-free trading. Smart. Getting a tattoo without checking the spelling. Oof, not smart. Smart. Start investing in minutes with as little as $10 with GoSmart. New from RBC Direct Investing.
Thank you for joining us here on CBC as we welcome you back inside Santa Julia Arena. We know the United States are going to press Caroline Harvey on the brink of making history, the first ever defender to lead the Olympics in scoring, and it's players like her, Cheryl, that Canada is going to need to be aware of in this final period.
Yeah, and it's the way she moves in the offensive zone, and she will move along the perimeter and get you to move towards her, and in doing that, she draws you outside the middle, and with the switches, even tonight, she's able to create space in that slot area because there is confusion when defenders jump into the offensive zone, but she's one that can manipulate the blue line. She can make the ice bigger or smaller, so Canada has to keep an eye on her, especially with the Americans pressing after the second period.
These two teams have met in the 6 gold medal games. The team leading after 40 minutes have gone on to win gold 4 times. Canada, the 1-0 lead at the hands of Kristen O'Neill, shorthanded. His mother's reaction will probably bring every Canadian to tears. It said it all. Shelton flips it in zone, icing the call.
Well, in the first 20 minutes, you saw Canada making those pop plays and crisp, clean exits to gain speed through the neutral zone. So they'll want to get back to that and continue to press as John Roboleski is pretty stoic right now behind the bench, and we've seen him fiery throughout this tournament. Cassie Campbell-Pascal has talked about that in particular in the game against Italy, and Troy Ryan on the other side, very stoic.
Canada was faced adversity over the course of this tournament. Shining now, a shot from the blue line. Desbiens loses her balance, doesn't have her stick as the play continues on. Fast tries to give it to her. Desbiens gains a hold of her paddle. Chaotic shot from the blue line. Canada settles things along the boards. Caroline Harvey from the blue line, so agile, so quick. Moves it down low for win. Emily Clark wears her heart on her sleeve. Finds Stacey. This line will be remembered at these Olympics. Turnbull, Stacey, Clark, they were together for years. We've seen Stacey elevate alongside Poulet, and they're back together for one more push.
And you can see just moving that puck to the other side of the ice, and the block by Emily Clark, and the intangible of getting into the shooting lanes. Look at Abby Murphy coming through in behind Shelton, is going to make contact with Anne-Renee Desbiens, but Canada has had 2 icings early to start this third period. Gonna have to clean that up.
1 period for golds. It's on the line. Keller looks ahead for Coyne Schofield. Carpenter stopped by Ambrose. Coyne Schofield keeps it in play. Hillary Knight at the far side. Desbiens doesn't let it get anywhere near USA's captain.
Well, and she's tracking. She comes off and is tracking that far post, and she's a right-handed shot, so if anything comes over to her side, you're going to have Hillary Knight on the doorstep. So a nice play by Anne-Renee Desbiens to hold on to that puck. And you see Alex Carpenter stop on this one, stay on side, and Kendall Coyne Schofield with her speed, keep it moving, just throwing it to the net, knowing that 21 is going down the back door.
Quick pass to Harvey, jumps down, a jumping puck. Will it be settled? Marie-Philippe Poulet gets it done. Steers it away back into the offensive zone. We know she's playing through injury over the course of this tournament. Wouldn't miss it for anything. 29 up against Hillary Knight. Curls Delaney's shot high and off the glass. Thompson stopped by Curl Salemi. Janicki another angle, looking to the far end for Curl Salemi. Hillier gets the line and chips it in. Canada can go for a change.
Interested to see the adjustments of John Roboleski. Feel like Skamora is having a solid game. So is Curl Salemi, and through 2 periods, Janicki only had played a couple of minutes, but she's a strong power forward with a heavy IQ.
Keep our eyes on 22, who stepped up before in the biggest moments for her country. Steckline gloves it down. Chips it back down into Canada's end. Desbiens will play the puck. Sees the pressure quickly to Shelton, but USA has 2. Nurse hoping to pull this puck out, working with Shelton. A loose puck, fast jumps. Gaining speed, Renata fast. Out to Malte. Back for Jenner, off the mask of Frankel. A great triple drive for the Canadians. Panic brings it the other way. USA keeping Canada in their own end here at the start of this third period. What a look for Jenner, Malte, and Nurse. Line that was put together later on in this tournament. Turnbull stopped by Edwards, but plows through to bring this puck to center. Quick pass up for Heisey. Feeds it around. Thompson, the first touch. Heisey out in front, no one's there. That will head down.
And Poulin was on her horse, so she's going to be chatting with the officials saying, I think I was beating that out, and so was ARD, as Poulin's going to try and plead her case. You see Janicki through the legs of Poulin on the back door, curl Salemi, but Thompson is able to take it. Look at this triple drive, and Renata Fast, number 14, the defender, is going down through the middle, so she draws that coverage, which opens up that lane for Brienne Jenner to get that shot off. Aaron Frankel denies.
Troy Ryan had a brief conversation with Sienna Murray.
Oh, yeah, and so that puck's going to come back to center. Troy Ryan saying Poulin was able to skate out that icing.
Your referees today, one Canadian, one American for this gold medal game. Shelton delays, touches the stick of Knight, and a souvenir for you, Cheryl.
I got it, buddy, I got it, and it says gold medal game on it, so I think I'm going to put it in my back pocket. I got to give it back? Okay, there you go.
You're a team player.
I was going to keep a little keepsake for myself. I think it hit my friend Jen Botterill beside me.
I think, Cheryl, you and Jen Botterill 20 years ago here in Italy in Turin brought gold back to Canada. Now you two side by side as analysts in the greatest rivalry, meeting again on the Olympic stage. Harvey looks for Knight. A foot race. Shelton gets there, tied up by Hillary Knight. Two Americans to the ground.
On the adjustment here, Kendall Coyne-Schofield is playing with Carpenter and Knight right now, trying to create some speed, try and hunt down pucks.
Caroline Harvey feeds it to Wynn. Loose puck, Jake swats at it. Broslemy challenges through. Harvey keeps it in, gets an edge loss, so Jenner makes some room. Haley Wynn, in her first Winter Olympics, takes her time, leaves it for Caroline Harvey. Passes it across to Janicki with speed. In comes Tessa Janicki. They with him. Quick touch. Back down as Joy Dunn finds Curl Salemi. LaRock cuts up their momentum. Keller keeps it in. Ahead for Janicki. To the slot for Joy Dunn. She couldn't get the shot off.
Well, you see that the Americans are being more aggressive on the offensive blue line, trying to hold pat, disrupt pucks, keep pucks in zone here, Kens.
Canada digging deep, staying their course. Playing their best hockey in this gold medal game. Daryl Watts ahead, looking for Fillier. It'll be a foot race. Fillier, what a drive! Ultimately gets glided into the boards. Good effort from her. Maybe the benefactor here hopes to change instead.
Well, and that's, you got a gold medal on the line. You see number 29, Poulin, beat out an icing, and then you got Sarah Fillier doing the same.
Hannah Bilka to the outside, in front off the stick of Davian. Jenner trying to poke this puck ahead. Nurse gets it done. Through two, Nurse takes it over the line. Bilka cycles it back. Lee Stuckline, her fourth Winter Olympics, finds Kayla Barnes. Skamura gets taken down by Thompson. The arms remain down. Abby Murphy comes out with it. Stuckline pinches. Murphy will go high. Takes a look, scans, shot on net, straight into the glove of Desbiens. It's coming down to the wire in Milan as women's hockey's chapter comes to a close in 2026. Canada, USA, right here on CBC. 13 minutes remain in the gold medal game.
We've come a long, long way together, through the hard times and the good. I have to celebrate, I have to praise you like I should. Our gear, our games, praise you like I
As Canada stares down economic uncertainty, we're ready with a plan to protect Ontario. We're fighting to defend every job, building new nuclear facilities, speeding up approvals to build mines, diversifying our trade, bringing opportunity, good jobs and growth home. Because this province doesn't just sit back, we build. That's how As Canada stares down economic uncertainty, we're ready with a plan to protect Ontario. We're fighting to defend every job, building new nuclear facilities, speeding up approvals to build mines, diversifying our trade, bringing opportunity, good jobs and growth home. Because this province doesn't just sit back, we build. That's how we protect Ontario.
With 13 minutes to go. Off the face-off. Murphy watching on, and Shelton leaves it fast, looking for the winger in Laura Stacey. Kept in by Wynn. Haley Wynn to the far end. Heisey down low. Back up high. Harvey delays a shot in front. Shelton blocks it and steers it up high. Turnbull helps to bring it to center.
Well, one thing the Canadians, their wingers are doing a real nice job of is they're getting out to the points quickly with their sticks, and they're not allowing them to go laterally.
Here comes Hillary Knight, her shot off the skate of Renata Fast. Look out. Knight net front, and that shot goes high. USA firing everything. Keller, one of the greatest shots from the blue line. Keep our eyes on her. Stacey watches on as Edwards can't accept the pass. Watts was right there. Edwards to Keller. Stacey tracking it. Keller leaves it for Layla Edwards. First Olympics, feeds it to the corner. Shelton fires it right back. Claire Turnbull fires it down for Canada. Another sigh of relief. Wants outnumbered in the board battle. Hillary Knight sees space. Not much room there. It's taken down. Jocelyn Larocque off the backhand to Ambrose. Elaine. It's Larocque. A clear angle. She takes it. Frankel gets the pad out in time. Fillier was right there hoping for the rebound. Larocque, another break for her. Leaves it for Malte. Brings it to the corner. Emma Malte to Sophie Jakes. High shots and out of play.
Well, some good puck movement by the Canadians, as well as quick transitions, which lead to entries and opportunities. And Jocelyn Larocque, unbelievable. The shutdown defender is going to come into the middle of the ice and send it back to the blue line for an Ambrose. And returning the call, look at that. Taking that shot. Erin Frankel's got some presence in front of her. Number 10, Sarah Fillier, one of the best players in the world, on the doorstep.
And it's off the face-off. Canada through 40 minutes was better in that department, 4.8%. Thompson leaves it for Malte. She'll hurry it along. Barnes throws it right back. Janicki, the senior at Penn State, down low for Joy Dunn. Out in front, Jakes clears it away. Dunn to Steckline. Our pass to Kayla Barnes, who drags it, and it's Desbiens who sees it through.
Well, and some opportunity here as Kayla Barnes just elects to throw this at the net. You can see Joy Dunn and Renee Desbiens holds on to it. And I was talking about going at the points quickly so you don't allow them to beat you one-on-one and get to the middle of the ice. Force that outside shot.
Simula, deep in the zone for the Americans. Finds Harvey. Wynn calls for it. Harvey shoots it. Wynn pulls back. Canada had the numbers. Panic, looking to feed it back on net. Stacey taking her time below the goal line. Looks for Ella Shelton. Kept in zone. Tying up Kelly Panic. Americans have 2 below the goal line. Harvey will pinch. Was it offside? It was.
Well, that's fortunate for the Canadians as they were under siege, able to get that puck out and at the very least get the face-off. Renee Desbiens looks on right now, and you can see Corey Chevry kind of clapping her hands, rallying the troops here. You don't see much emotion out of Troy Ryan. Oh, a little bit there.
Just chewing that gum. He'll stick to the gum for now. Corey Chevry was not able to be on the bench in Beijing, tested positive for COVID just before she left. Did her part. 12-hour time difference, did the Zoom meetings to make sure Canada was prepared. Keller along the board battle. Poulet on the ice for Canada. As we hit the halfway point in this third period.
It is unbelievable in here. I mean, the noise, the energy, that's so loud. I keep thinking I'm going to get another puck here, Kens, but I'm pocketing it if it comes over here. I'm not giving it back to the official, just so you know.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Daryl Watts earlier. I love the way that she's on the forecheck as well. And one of those players who not just puts up points, but knows how to finish in and around the net. She's got this cerebral element to her play. She knows how to open up lanes, playing on that top line. So creative.
One of the newer faces brought into the fold late into this Canadian roster and proven difference maker against the Americans. Jenner takes in 2. Keller leaves it for Heisey, off the glass and out. Pass to the far corner. Canada looking to play the simple game in the final 10.
And you just don't want to play too defensive if you're Canada, because you don't want to give the Americans too much time with the puck. You don't want to give it back to them for free.
Well, at point, Schofield show her speed. In zone quickly. Turnbull stopped up. LaRock taken down by Hillary Knight. In her final chapter on the Olympic stage, Hillary Knight will dig in. Off the board battle. Looks for a blue line pass at Steckline. Her shot blocked in front by Laura Stacey. What a play. Stacey with the block and with the clear. Heads off for a change. Oh, she'll have to come back out here. She shakes off the block shot. You see her favoring her right hand.
Well, and Laura Stacey has been such a solid player for this team. Lee Steckline's trying to hold on, and look at this. Just slides down.
And then it will go. Back down into corner. Joy Dunn's there. Dunn takes her time. Reverses it back down low. The 20-year-old on the ice in the final 9 minutes. Harvey moves it ahead, looking for Salemi off the backhand and back in zone. The Rock hustles to get there first. Face-off will come just in front of Canada's bench. And what a night. A night that's a ladies' night here this evening. Canadian fans, all smiles in Milan and from coast to coast, cheering on the women tonight.
I could ask. Why not? Yeah, I'll just ask.
Wondering about Ozempic? Ask your doctor and visit ozempic.ca for savings.
She scoops. She scores!
Nordica, my protein play every day.
Let's take a look now at the delivery of the game presented by Instacart, the winning way to get groceries delivered.
Kristen O'Neill driving the net on the PK and elects not to go off and stay with Laura Stacey and get up there. And this is what they're playing for, Kens. Everything these women have dreamt about since they were little girls watching the game. And it will be Hillary Knight's last with the United States national team. And you've got the likes of Poulin on the other side. Legendary status, generational talents. We are so lucky.
Fans are so lucky. Inspiring the next generation tonight. Poulin feeds it ahead. 8.5 to go in this third period. Kristen O'Neill's goal, the lone goal tonight. Farrell Watts flips it to center. Back the other way, Carpenter leaves it for Coyne Schofield. On the reverse, Carpenter's met by Sarah Nursen, taken down. Watts feeds it forward. Keller doesn't let it get much further than that and sends it back down. Desbiens leaves it for Shelton. Cutting back, cleared with Renata Fast out there now. Get off the stick of Watts. She'll head off. Icing waved off. Buy some time for Fast. Ella Shelton looking north. The far end pass looking for Malte. It's the Nets. Icing waved off. Malte, a wraparound. Franco holds strong. Malte gets bodied by Edwards.
Well, this is 3 icings that Canada has been to outrun right now, Kenzie, and it's going to be Emma Malte this time, and it's going to be Ella Shelton with the stretch pass. It's going to be in the air, but watch this. She gets on her horse. She says, I am going to beat you, Layla Edwards. I am going to make sure that this doesn't go 200 feet down the ice for an offensive zone face-off for the Americans in a 1-goal game, and instead she winds up with the offensive zone draw and an opportunity on Erin Frankel.
Face off, one back for Canada. Whistle blown. Likely a reset here. Turnbull's in conversations with Tina Saramaki, the lineswomen. Corey Ryan, assistant in Pyeongchang, head coach in Beijing. Gina Kingsbury, Sherry Piper in their staff. Helped to mold this group to this point. Step line to Barnes. Up ahead. LaRocque keeps it. Tied up by Murphy. USA can't get it deep in Canada's zone. Barnes brings it to center. Quick over to Steckline. Quick touch by Bilka. And in zone. Desbiens going to come out and play the puck. Clark taken down by Dunn here along the board battles. Where both players will have to dig deep now. USA has 2. Stacey alone for the Canadians. LaRocque joins in. Done a hard body to move. Finds Swin. Snap across to Harvey. Americans working it up high. Under 7 to go. Win. A long shot deflected off the backboards. Turnbull scoops it up. Looking to make the clear to center. Harvey cuts the ice in half as Stacey gets taken down right at center. Calling for a change, and fans not liking the sequence. Penalty on the way as Ambrose gets taken down, and she's slow to get up. Ambrose behind Canada's net now. Hasn't moved.
See the fans and how they feel about this, but Erin Ambrose,
the penalty is under review.
Had an excellent game for Canada, using her smarts and her first pass. And you can see that she's going to get taken down. So initially in the neutral zone, it's going to be Laura Stacey that gets a stick under the hands. You can see the emotion of the fans right now as Erin Ambrose is down. Just over 6 minutes remaining. It's going to be Curl Salemi, and it's going to be throwing into the board. So they'll be looking at to see whether or not This is in the numbers. Whether this is a major, you can call it a major to review it, and then you can downgrade it. So officials do that so they can have a look and make sure they're getting the correct call.
Ambrose being helped off the ice now. Dr. Laura Benon with her down the hallway for Canada. And let's hear from Cook.
The penalty has been downgraded to a minor penalty for boarding. Number 17, USA.
Well, we know the fans' opinion on the play. 2-minute boarding call. Carlos Lemy will sit for the Americans as Ambrose is now down the tunnel for Canada.
Well, it's tough to see Erin Ambrose, as mentioned, and she's the quarterback of that second unit on the power play.
Canada to the power play. Under 6.5 to go. Their third opportunity on the power play in this game. Panic working below the goal line, shorthanded for the Americans. Fast will take her time. Whoa, gets by Skimora. Post call, Fillier has open ice, so she'll take it. Flips it in, chases after it. Barnes glides with Poulin, and it's cleared down.
Well, you want to try and get in and establish your set right away here, Kenzie. You don't want to be dumping that puck in as if you don't have to.
Daryl Watts steps in over the blue line, drives wide for Canada. Watts, a high shot off the face mask of Franco. Jenner keeps it in play. Shelton takes her time, connects with Jakes, delays, shot off the inner leg of Keller, and back to Senator. So Canada will have to retreat.
Now the Shelton taking the spot of Ambrose at the top of his second unit.
Ambrose, yes, who's typically on this power play. Shelton finds Jakes, back down. Canada will try the other end. So Thompson feeds it on net. Franco will glove it down.
You'll see that Brienne Jenner will get right on that puck, making sure that Erin Frankel doesn't play it to one of her defenders. And Watts is going to attack off the rush and is going to get Layla Edwards caught a little bit flat-footed, but you can see the leverage of that stick when you got an over 6-foot frame is able to just keep her on the outside. So a short side shot, Erin Frankel is able to hold the post, make the save.
Poulin off the face-off. 1/7/9 draw is coming into this final frame. Villiers feeds it around. Barnes off the backhand. Fast. Steps down for Watts. Up high for Shelton. Far angle. Villiers changing direction. Finds Fast. Back up for Sarah Fillier. A far angle pass. To the slot. Poulin high and off the glass. Right in her sweet spot. It'll go just higher than net.
We see that Troy Ryan is elected to go with a 2-defender set. So he's got Ella Shelton with Granada Fast, something we didn't see against the Swiss at the end of the game with the 1-goal lead. Tonight he's doing it when he's got a gold medal game and a gold medal on the line.
Carlos Lemy to the ice. We're back to 5-on-5. USA's penalty kill remains perfect in this tournament. Mark steals this puck away. Deep for Canada to Stacey. Collides with Carlos Lemy. Up ahead, right back to Emily Clark. Jakes a long shot, a chance in front. Cleared away by Hillary Knight. And she's slow to get up after a collision with Clark. Clark, who looks back to make sure she was okay. Now Jakes collides with Knight. Another hard collision for the USA's captain. Sophie Jakes finds Emma Malte with speed. Malte feathers it ahead to Jenner. Back deep into the American zone. Under 3.5 to go. Megan Keller finds Heisey. Back across off the outside skate. Come for Nada Fast. Jenner takes her time, feeds it to Malte. Again, another sprint for Malte. Takes it out wide. Is stopped out by Layla Edwards. To the slot, Poulin delays, angle, Villiers. What a save by Erin Frankel. Villier's been around it. We should try for the wraparound. Nope, she'll opt to pull it to the boards. Poulin, back down. Looks ahead to the slot. Shelton trying for the shot. She'll reset. Back down low.
And you see that Canada trying to make smart decisions with the puck, make sure if the point is open.
Now alone for Watts, gets stopped up and taken down by Harvey. Zumwinkle out wide for USA. Taken down by Fast. Whistle will sound with 2:23 to go.
And they elect to hit the bumper.
Canada dialed in. It's all on the line as the third period comes to a close.
Dear Sarah, I know what you're thinking right now. Can I really do everything? Hockey, fashion, all of it? Some people will think that you don't belong, but don't be one of them. You're gonna do more than you ever dreamed. And show girls just like you what they can be.
Let's flash back to 2002. We know this Canadian team is drawing inspiration from this historic win. Cheryl, you were there. You know what one game can mean.
Well, it was 8 straight losses, but when you circle it on your calendar, it's only about one here with the Aaron Frankel out of the net. 6-on-5 for the United States. It is the toughest game to close, Kenzie.
Tessa Virtue, Robert, Denis are all in. USA with the empty net. They'll push here with 2:23 remaining. Gold is on the line. The opening draw, Keller wins it back. Extra attacker on the ice for the Americans. The final chapter for Hillary Knight on the Olympic stage. She'll head up front. Edwards finds Keller. Back up for Edwards. A low shot. She scores! Layla Edwards delivers the Olympic moment. We're all tied at 1. A deflection from Captain America with 2:04 remaining.
Well, you can see this at the point, and this is why Layla Edwards is out there, and you've got Hillary Knight. Everyone is down low because Layla Edwards has a bomb from the point. This one's going to go off the stick of Hillary Knight. This is her last game, and she is planted net front, and she is going to get the equalizer here to get the United States back in it, Kens. You can't make this up.
Hillary Knight delivers one final Olympic moment. And that goal, the 15th of her career, setting American goal-scoring record. She does it in historic fashion when the lights shine the brightest. Captain America shines. What a moment for USA. All tied at 1, under 2 remaining. Canada looking to respond. Will it be Captain Clutch off the backhand? Poulet is on the ice for Canada. Harvey looking north. Here she comes. Caroline Harvey with some help. Carpenter at net front. Watts flips it back to center. A loose stick on the ice remains at center play as Harvey below the goal line chips it in deep. Ambrose returning to the bench for Canada as we enter this final minute of play.
Listen to this crowd. So Canada's going to ice this puck, so it's going to come back all the way to their zone, and Erin Ambrose back on the bench. Whether she plays or not, she is going to be there right until the very end. We saw her family in the stands, and she's going to motivate as she taps her teammates. Huge draw.
Hillary Knight does it again. the face-off. Final minute to go in the third period. All tied at 1. Corstelletti's shot will go wide of the net. Montaigne keeps it along the boards. We're going to wind down this clock. Through center, Janicki gains a hold of it. Takes her time. Janicki through Treschler. Fast pops it back to center. Under 40 seconds remaining. Desbiens comes out to play the puck. Jakes reverses it. Fast up ahead. Joint Dunn squeezes out along the boards. Harvey under 30 seconds. Finds Corstelletti. Dunn now. Pinned by Shelton, but not for long. Heisey tracking it out in front. Can't get a shot. There's a look. Desbiens finds the rebound. 9.5 to go.
This is unbelievable, Kenzie Lalonde, as we're watching this. This is the greatest rivalry, and it never disappoints. And again, you can see the miscue down below the goal line. And as he's going to throw to the slot, it's going to miss everyone, but it's going to land on number 37 stick. But ARD is able to find the puck and hold on.
Hilary Knight chasing one last golden moment. Giving her team the fighting chance. 9 seconds to go. Renata Fast finds Laura Stacey. Over the line. Back down below the goal line. The buzzer will sound. Milano Cortina 2026. We are off to overtime between Canada and USA.
Kenzie, just unbelievable. As both of these teams go toe-to-toe, I'm right down here and I'm here for it, right in the action in the bowl. Unbelievable. Just watching Kristen O'Neill shorthanded score, and then of course Captain Hilary Knight in her final game wearing the USA jersey is able to tap it off. Beautiful play by O'Neill, but then an unbelievable response by the Americans, and it's going to be their captain. Hilary Knight is going to get a stick on that one to get the equalizer.
Fourth straight gold medal game will be decided by 1 goal. Who will it be? We'll return next.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? I get by with little help from my friends. I'm gonna try little help from my friends.
It takes a team to feed the dream.
At Wayfair, we bring style to every get-together. Oh, they brought wings.
You mean these wingback chairs? Dive in, everyone. We brought plenty.
We brought the sides.
Everybody remember to leave room.
Yeah, bring that over here.
We brought the ranch. Woo! That looks like it's fresh from the farmhouse.
Wings and ranch? Now it's a party.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
The journey to glory begins with grit. They say greatness is a lonely road, but look closer. At Nulo, we stand with the silent teammates, the ones who never miss a send-off and are always there for the welcome home. They remind us to breathe, to rest, to carry on. Nulo fuels the pets who fuel their people, because behind every champion is a teammate who believed in them first. Nulo, fuel incredible.
As Canada stares down economic uncertainty, we're ready with a plan to protect Ontario. We're fighting to defend every job, building new nuclear facilities, speeding up approvals to build mines, diversifying our trade, bringing opportunity, good jobs, and growth home. Because this province doesn't just sit back, we build. That's how we protect Ontario.
She scoops. She scores!
Nordica, my protein play every day.
Can she stick the landing? She can! Oh, the crowd loves it!
That is superb brush control. A huge effort.
This is what we're made for, Canada.
said work smarter, not harder. Didn't realize you could do both.
Olympic hockey on CBC is presented by Ozempic.
Hillary Knight getting the tying goal with 2:04 left in the game. Aaron Frankel already on the bench for the extra attacker. We are going to OT, and of the 7 times these two countries have met in the gold medal final at the Olympics, this is the 5th time it will be decided by 1 goal. Claire Hanna, take it away.
Thank you so much, Andy. Alongside Cassie Campbell-Pascal and Haley Salvian. And I don't think you could script going to overtime for Team USA any better, because Hillary Knight now becomes the all-time goal leader for Team USA at the Olympic Games. She tips in the shot from Layla Edwards. When you saw that the goalie was pulled, though, and that the USA had the extra person, what did you think was going to happen?
I thought it was a little early. I'm not going to lie. At first, I thought it was a little bit early, but he felt the momentum. I mean, let's face it, the USA in that third period was in the Canadian zone for about at least 3/4 of that period, and they continue to press. Megan Keller, I really thought she settled the U.S. down. She makes this play over to Layla Edwards, who just makes a perfect shot, gets it through. How many block shots did the Canadians have in that third period? Not this one, but I really think Megan Keller on the back end just kind of seemed to calm things down back there. And what a tip by Hillary Knight. What a story. And the rivalry continues between Poulin and Knight. And this sets the stage for who else, right? If you're a Canadian fan, who else does this set the stage for?
Yeah, Marie-Philippe Poulin, we know she's the GOAT. She's the most clutch athlete in the world. But listen, I had to sit down with Hillary Knight in Cleveland in November, and I asked her, like, you've been playing for so long. You've met these moments so many times. What keeps you coming back here in your 5th Olympics? And just steel face, I want to win. I will do anything it takes to win. And we just saw this right here. Claire, you said it. You really could not script this any better if you're looking for a good game.
And she's hurt as well. She's playing hurt as well. We know that.
Okay, so when it comes to goaltending, Erin Frankel, that's Team USA's goalie, she stopped 28 of 29 shots. She only faced 9 shots in the third period, but it seems kind of like the Canadians have let off a little bit, but how is she keeping her focus?
I mean, I thought Erin Frankel was the Americans' best player in the first 2 periods. There was no doubt about that. And she's playing in her first Olympic tournament ever, and you would have no idea. She is so calm, cool, collected in net, and she has really been challenging Anne-Renee Desbiens for the mantle of the best goaltender in the world. She's so athletic. She's dynamic. She's a smaller goaltender, which means she has to be perfect in her positioning, in her technique, and she does it night after night. Erin Frankel has been unbelievable in this game.
You know, Jill Saulnier told me, she plays for the Boston Fleet in the PWHL. She said, listen, anytime I get an opportunity to have a conversation with Erin Frankel, I come out of it better. That's the type of person she is. She's been tremendous. She allowed that 1 goal, and then she has really shut the door for the Americans.
So we see defender Erin Ambrose for Canada. She left the game briefly. She was back on the bench to end that period, but she took that hard hit into the boards by Britta Curl-Salami. Now, they gave it a 2 minutes, but do you think it should have been a 5-minute major?
I don't. Actually, I don't. I think it wasn't egregious enough. I think this was the right call by the officials. It's great to see that Ambrose came back in the game. You know, it's interesting. I thought maybe it was going to be a 5 because she left the game, and sometimes the injury dictates the call. But I think this was two players battling shoulder to shoulder, distance from the boards, and I thought this was the right call.
I do just think this is a play that we've been seeing a lot in women's hockey as there's been this introduction of more contact in the game, is just that gray area when you're like 3 to 5 feet from the boards. I think players are still trying to figure out like when it's safe to lay the hit. I really do think when you see the numbers, you got to back off. I don't think it was a 5-minute major, but I still don't like the hit. That's why she got called a penalty.
So the Canadians, they took their foot off the gas pedal after Kristen O'Neill scored that shorthanded goal. Right now, put yourself in the dressing room. What's the message? What does the mindset need to be heading into 3-on-3 overtime?
Well, every play has to be smart. You don't want to play safe. I think you got to go for it here. Try to win this thing early if you're both teams. Listen, the dressing rooms are both pumped right now. I mean, where else would you rather be in a gold medal game, playing for your country, going to overtime? Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. They'll all be completely present here in this moment.
I just think it's so funny, all that was made about the American dominance, and it's been 7 straight games. They're outscoring everyone this much. Of course, it's 2-1, or it's 1-1 heading to overtime. It's always like this when these two teams play, when it really matters.
Well, I will say this is the first time it's been overtime since the 2018 games, because Canada won in regulation back in Beijing. As we send it back to you, Andy.
Yeah, 2014 going to OT, 2018 going to that shootout. You know, at one point we also looked at each other and we said, Aaron Frankel looks very calm, maybe a little too calm. You can always see it in their eyes. And of course they tie it up. Here we are. But the Canadians, you heard Cassie say it, a lot of block shots, not on that tying goal, but they really were putting their bodies on the line.
Oh, and I think they had to. The U.S. was forcing that pressure, providing that momentum that they had in that third period. And I think they had to do the little things right. A lot of the time, even if you're not having that offensive zone sustained pressure, you have to do the little things to still have that momentum, and that's exactly what Canada did. They were blocking those shots and getting in shot lanes, and it's not always easy to get in the shot lane either. Laura Stacey taking one off the hand here, that one definitely hurt. She had to shake that one off, but at the same time, you have to continue to do those little things, right? Generate that momentum, especially heading into overtime.
All right, let's head back inside the arena. Kyle Bukauskas with Emily Clark.
You and the Americans only know great gold medal clashes, it seems. So how are you feeling? How do you go about resetting here after the late tire?
Yeah, of course. I think we go at the same way we've been going at this whole game. Just excited. This is the kind of stuff you dream about, and it's a lot of fun. So just excited to go at it in the overtime.
I suppose when you woke up this morning, you would have happily taken overtime for the gold medal. How do you feel about the group here as it moves to 3-on-3?
Yeah, I'm super confident in this group. The belief hasn't wavered at all, no matter what the score is and how much time is. And you know, we just get extra hockey, and we're going to go for it.
Thanks very much, Emma.
Thank you.
It's all going to come down to the golden goal. Kristen O'Neill scoring for Canada. Hilary Knight getting the tying goal as we get set for OT. Olympic update next.
Olympic hockey, presented by Ozempic. Wondering about Ozempic? Visit ozempic.ca for savings.
Oikos Pro helps you feed your strength, and it has 24 grams of protein to help build strong muscles and no added sugar. Oikos Pro, feed your strength.
Hey, sweetie, you good?
Someone stole my Old Spice antiperspirant. Now I'm smelling like perspirant.
I did. Force 24/7 sweat protection.
You did this to my pits.
Dear Lori, enjoy the journey. On the mountain and down any trail you blaze.
We're going to OT in the gold medal game. Women's figure skating still happening. Men's curling semifinal. Why don't we check in on that? Canada up 3-2 with the hammer in the 9th end.
I want to welcome CBC viewers to some curling here, men's semi-final action. Discussion here in the 9th end. Neither team has scored a deuce in this game. Canada 3-2 with last rock advantage here in 9. Canada playing the Yellowstones.
Because none of the teams have, neither one of these two teams have mixed it up very much. There's plenty of time on the clock for Norway. They've got approximately 12 minutes left to play the last two ends, which is, as I said, it's an eternity.
The issue with playing on this top yellow, Mike, is that Team Canada would then release that other red, and Team Canada could make a play on that. Maybe the hit and roll makes it a little bit better. You want to tap this just back button so you can play a freeze on your next stone.
Olympic semi-final winner plays for gold. Loser in this game goes to play for bronze.
Yep.
This looks really nice for line, really nice for weight. That was exactly the call. So getting that stone into the back button will allow Norway to play a freeze later, as Jen had mentioned. And conversely, Canada, as much as they don't want to give up a steal here to tie the game, I think they'd rather give up one than take one. Tied with hammer, tied with the last rock in the last end. Brad and his team they'd be close to 90% win percentage, I would think.
Let's roll, Mark. Okay,
So skip stones still to come here in 9.
The other semi-final, we can let you know, Great Britain took 2 on undefeated Switzerland to have a 1-point lead as they head to the 9th end.
Switzerland undefeated all week, and the gift they get for that?
World number 1.
Yeah.
Bruce Mowat. Without the guard there, a little trickier here for Norway now. They need to be a little bit more precise.
They hit and roll off the side with lightweight, try to get it close to frozen on the back.
That would probably be my first choice.
I was looking at that right there.
If you're watching us on CBC, we'll get you back to hockey very shortly.
That's our bonus coverage of Canada-Norway. You can continue watching on CBC Gem TSM. You know, beginning at the 2022 Olympics, it is 3-on-3, 20 minutes in OT, and that's what we are heading to next. Kenzie Lalonde, Cheryl Pounder, you have the call. These fans are ready.
Calgary, Vancouver, Ottawa, and Toronto. Hello. And we will see what's in store. We'll watch history unfold on the ice in Milan here tonight. 13 times Canada-USA in these gold medal games have gone to overtime. Each team has 6 wins each. But this one's for Olympic gold.
I can't even imagine the nerves between the periods here and just coming into this overtime. I mean, it's all about pace and possession. You got to hold on to the puck until you can get a real good look, and you want to generate those opportunities. Speed is a big factor in how you can move the puck. So you can see that Carpenter is aligned with Kendall Coyne-Schofield and Megan Keller, and on the other side it's going to be Poulin Fast and Laura Stacey.
Unbelievable. Stacey Fast, unbelievable is right. The fans to their feet inside Santa Julia Arena. Next goal wins. keep it in play for Laura Stacey.
Smart decision to play that puck. Don't want the offensive zone face-off.
Stacey steals the puck back. Poulet calling for a change. She'll head off as Stacey works low. Tied up by Janicki. He's a golden hero at last year's Worlds. Heisey caught up by Fillier. She'll have to retreat to center. Harvey zaps it to Janicki. Shelton communicating as Janicki takes it in zone. Leaves it for Heisey. Janicki outnumbered. So Shelton off the backhand. Outlet pass. Harvey keeps it in. Caroline Harvey to the outside. Leaves it back as Watts takes her to the boards. Daryl Watts, a break for Canada. All alone, it's Daryl Watts. Here she comes. A chance. Can't get the shot off. Abby Murphy gets back in time.
Well, and Villiers was trying to get up there with her, but at the end of her shift, I actually thought that Watts might drop that puck back, try and hold Erin Frankel on one side, and then deliver a gift.
Claire Thompson moves it ahead. She'll have to chase after it as Hillary Knight leaves it deep below the goal line. Edwards, being tracked by Nurse. Edwards breaks through pressure. Over the blue line she'll come. Pulls it into the backhand. Thompson takes her to the corner. Loose puck in the slot. Nurse picks it up. Leaves it for Malte. She'll show her speed. Malte in overtime. Over the blue line for Canada. Whistle blown here. Face-off will come outside USA zone.
When it's so much about possession, that's a tough offside to take as you see Watts, and she's got that wide stance under the stick, and it's going to be Abby Murphy with the backtrack. Sarah Fillier is kind of following her up, but she's following her up in behind. I think she's slowing down, thinking that she might get hidden in the weeds there. I think if she keeps going, she might get that puck.
Keller waits up for curl. Salemi finds some open ice. Over the line. Delays. It's Keller. A delay here. I shot. Davy makes the save. Loose puck. Turnbull leaves it for Fast. She'll cycle down low. Emily Clark from Saskatoon. In from her, Kalvakakis. They're engaged. They're ready. These are the moments for Poulet. Here she comes. It'll go wide of the net. Poulet has registered a point in every gold medal game dating back to Pyeongchang 2018. On the ice for Canada as Harvey finds some soft ice. Coyne Schofield starting the attack. On net for Davian to make the save.
Marie-Philippe Poulin as she goes one-on-one and cuts to the middle for a quick release shot. And wouldn't that be something when you got Knight getting the equalizer and Poulin with an opportunity? You see Emily Clark, she sees Poulin through the neutral zone, so she picks it up. She's coming in on her offside, so her forehands to the middle of the ice, trying to use Megan Keller as a screen. It's crazy down here, Kens.
The fans to their feet. Fast is going to head off. Villiers will take the draw for Canada. Both players all down. Thompson pulls it back. Heisey leads back. Fillier breaks through. Canada has two. It's Fillier and Watts. Fillier on net. Franco with the shoulder save. A high stick. The whistle will sound.
And you see Troy Ryan's got Fillier aligned with Gerald Watts, and he's gone with Poulin and Stacey. So familiarity and also left-right combinations. And you see Villiers coming in on her onside. She elects to take that shot, but she's looking to the other side of the ice. She's saying, I might dish this to Daryl Watts, but instead she's able to get that shot off. Villiers known for that quick release.
Fast beats Knight. Takes it back into Canada zone. Rana Fast. Moving it ahead as Nurse ahead of her. Great stick by Cole Salemi. Fast back in over the blue line. In comes Canada. On her way by Leila Edwards. Knight. Here she comes in overtime. Her final Winter Olympics. Hillary Knight. A clear lane. Tees up the slap shot. David was ready.
Well, both of these goaltenders are so dialed in and the best at their craft. As you can see, Hillary Knight, right-handed shot on and off the stick. Sarah Nurse got a defender trying to get down, and the shot gets elevated. Desbiens holds on, flashes the leather.
And has full eye contact on Hilary Knight. Stacey tied up along the boards. Keller off the backhand, down low for Heisey. Taylor Heisey set up Janicki at last year's Worlds for the golden goal. Can she do it again? Keller alone through two. A chance in the backhand. She scores! Megan Keller, the golden goal for USA.
See Taylor Heisey is going to send this puck the distance, and it's going to be the defender Megan Keller through the legs of Claire Thompson to the backhand and catches Renee Desbiens going one way. What a beautiful play by the defender who played over 25 minutes in this game. The veteran defender. There's been so much talk about the youth and the skill of this team, but it's going to be the veteran defender who is able to get it done. She's in the offensive zone with a beautiful stretch pass by Taylor Heisey and going outside in to be able to get the lane to the net. And Freebirds playing, and the Americans are celebrating. Hilary Knight ends her career on the international stage with an Olympic gold medal, and it's her longtime teammate and Megan Keller who gets it done.
The United States Olympic champions in Milan. Poulet's frustration felt across Canada. Roboleski brought to tears.
Well, if you think, Kenzie, with 2:04 remaining in this game, it would be Hilary Knight to get the equalizer, and then Megan Keller in overtime.
You said it, Cheryl, a team led by their youth. A historic run for a historic team, but on the biggest stage, in the biggest moments, it's their veterans in Keller and Hilary Knight that bring them gold in 2026.
And heartbreak for the Canadians who left it all on the ice and gave themselves a real opportunity, Kenzie, right to the end of the game to get back-to-back gold medals, but it would be the Americans and Megan Keller finding a way in overtime.
Keller from Farmington Hills, Michigan. Their flag wrapped around, celebrating with her team. The Canadians feeling every moment right now. Beijing, never scored a goal. Came into these Olympics, had a career best performance, and her third goal at this tournament will be the golden goal.
See the hugs all the way around, Ellen Hughes and John Roboleski, and he walked right by me, Kenz, and you could see the emotion on his face. A bench that was tense, the latter part of the third period with the 1-goal deficit. And now just tears of emotion on both sides. As Marie-Philippe Poulin not only leads this team by example, but played with heart through injury and battled through this entire tournament.
We know she's not at 100%, but she gave it 110% here tonight.
Embrace Lee Steckline and Hillary Knight, two veterans, and Steckline just such a defensive presence on the blue line for the Americans, a real stabilizer, and on the other side, the embracing hugs and the emotion. You see it on their captain, Natalie Spooner, Blair Turnbull, Renata Fast, all the way around. Gave everything they had.
We talk about Canada's core. How experienced this group was. They've been through so much together. This felt like the final push with this group. Canada's 23 gave it their all tonight. Let's send things over to Claire Hanna and the panel.
Kenzie, thank you very much, alongside three-time Olympic gold medalist Cassie Campbell-Pascal and the Athletics' Hailey Salvian. And what do you think will haunt this Canadian team the most? Because with 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in the third period, they were leading by 1 goal. The Americans tie it up, win in overtime. What do you think is going to be going through the Canadians' minds as they try to get over this loss?
I mean, you don't get over it. You learn from it, I'll tell you that. But I think in the third period, the amount of time they spent in the defensive zone, and you have to give credit to the Americans for the push that they put on in that third period. But those minutes in the third period in your defensive zone are so taxing. And they just couldn't find a way to get a couple of shifts in the offensive zone, get some momentum back. And I thought that really hurt them down the stretch, because those minutes are so tough to play and you need those legs in overtime.
Yeah, and listen, Erin Ambrose went down after the boarding call from Britta Kurl-Salemi, and that gave Canada an opportunity on the power play to go up 2-1 in regulation. That is something that stands out to me as a huge missed opportunity for this Canadian team. Yes, they were up against a perfect American penalty kill, but you really just got to bear down on an opportunity like that in this moment.
And just seeing the emotions from these players, we just saw Marie-Philippe Poulin playing in her 5th Olympic Games, settling for silver for just the 2nd time in 5 gold medal games. But the juxtaposition with the Americans and Hillary Knight and how happy she is. What's interesting too is this American squad, they brought this youthful, quick group, but it was the veterans at the end of the day getting it done, and Hillary Knight and then Megan Keller in overtime.
Yeah, you look at Barnes and Steckline there, the emotion of it. And let me just say this was the best American team I have ever seen, as far as skill, as far as the way they played with pace, their goaltending, their defense were great. And Canada gave them everything they could handle in this gold medal game. You know, the USA team came in better, as the better team in these Olympics to start, and they're going to come out as the better team at the end, but not by as much as we thought maybe they would, in the sense after watching that round-robin game where they completely dominated. The effort by the Canadians today cannot be understated. They gave the country everything they had.
And, you know, the pundits were saying, oh, this is going to be a blowout. The Americans are absolutely going to dominate this final. We saw the 7-game win streak coming in. We saw the Canadians outscored 24-7 in that rivalry series. So I think that the Canadians have to hold their heads high after an incredible effort.
And Team Canada came into this game with a game plan, take away the Americans' time and space, get in their face. That's what Marie-Philippe Poulin said. And they played it almost to perfection. I think they frustrated the Americans. I think they took the young players off their game. They got in their face. They took away their time. They didn't get to do as much offense. So I do give Canada credit. They did.
It was a fight to the end there. Just really proud of the way that our group stuck together.
Goal of your life here tonight. How will you remember the moment?
I think just celebrating with my teammates, looking for my family in the crowd, all the people that helped get us here. Those are the ones that we want to do this for, and you know, we're not here alone, and just really excited for our group.
What does Hilary Knight mean to women's hockey?
Everything. She means everything. You know, she's got the accolades and the records to prove it, but who she is off the ice, the leader she is, the person she is, it's incredibly special what she's brought to the game of hockey, and her impact is going to go years beyond this.
Congrats on the gold.
Thank you.
Well, Canada gets another medal to add to their tally, but not the color they wanted. It is a 2-1 loss here to the Americans in overtime. But let's get set for that medal ceremony. Marie-Philippe Poulin making her way to all of her teammates, letting them know that it was a hard-fought game, hard-fought tournament. We all know the adversity of the first game being postponed because of Finland having to deal with the norovirus. Marie-Philippe Poulin herself missing 2 games there because of injury. They made it all the way to gold, but it is Team USA walking away with that around their necks. Kenzie Lalonde, Cheryl Pounder, take it away.
Thank you, Andy. We just watched Marie-Philippe Poulin go one by one to each one of her teammates and hug them. Spend a moment with them. Started with Jakes, went through all 22, and ended with Watts at the end, showing her respect to her teammates. Next step, the medals will be presented, and not the color Canada intended for here in Milan.
And it's so difficult, Kenzie, when you're on the other side of it in an overtime game when it really is a matter of inches. And so you're so close, yet it doesn't happen. So it's complete euphoria on one side, and on the other, these athletes feel devastated right now. But they put it all out there. That is for certain, with all of the noise around the prelims. And then they came out in that first period, and as they said they would, they believed.
Let's join Kyle Lukakis, who is standing by with Blair Turnbull moments ago.
Blair, is incredible how your group fought here tonight. Just love to know from your perspective the fight of this group here tonight in this whole tournament.
Yeah, I think tonight was our best game, which is exactly what you're hoping for at the Olympics. Obviously, the result is not at all what we wanted, but I'm really proud of how we showed up and how we played.
It seemed like you guys were fighting through a lot, from missing the opening game, your captain loses a few to injury. I mean, what will you remember about these 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I think our group is well prepared for adversity. We've got a lot of experience. We've been through a lot of different situations, and I think that's a strength of ours, is being ready for whatever comes our way.
Thanks very much for coming out.
Thank you.
Welcome you back to the ice. USA, Canada in handshakes. Now waiting medal presentation. Keller and Poulet.
See Lee Steckline and Jakes.
For one more time, we'll see Poulet and Hillary Knight shake hands on the Winter Olympic stage. You heard from Blair Turnbull. She was proud of the way her team showed up. There's history. 29 and 21 who led their countries into the fight. And great sportsmanship here between Abby Murphy and Poulet.
And I think everyone respects one another for the dream and leaving it all out there and playing to your potential, and the training and the sacrifice and effort that goes into getting to this moment. Emma Malte, who had a fantastic game today, and Emily Clark as well. Natalie Spooner on the power play, and then on the other side, players like Janiki, Bilka, and some youth that you'll be seeing for a very long time.
Joy Dunn logging a lot of minutes in this gold medal game, but only played at 2 Worlds.
And then Abby Murphy, and we said at the beginning of this tournament, there's no one like her. And at one point, when it was 1-0, I looked over and saw John Roboleski talking to Murphy, saying, let's get this group going.
Well, she can do just that, a spark plug, just like Poulet always is for Canada. She got them to this gold medal game. Let's not forget, the only goals that were scored in the semi-final against Switzerland were at the hands of Poulet.
And you look around in this building and in the number of fans and everyone waiting to see the celebration photo and medals. Just an incredible moment for the game.
Let's things back over to Claire Hanna and the panel.
Well, I realize we're just minutes after this overtime gold medal final, but there was a lot of criticism about the kind of team that Team Canada brought to these Olympics. 16 of the players that you're seeing right now that are going to win a silver medal were at those Beijing Olympics that won the gold. The Americans with this very youthful team. Do you think that the critics have been silenced given how close this final was?
I mean, I think we saw what the experience could do in a gold medal game, right? They were composed. They played the game plan to a T. We just heard from Blair Turnbull. It's not the result they wanted, but I think Team Canada is really proud of how they played here today. They frustrated the Americans. They pushed those young players, and it wasn't any of the young players from Team USA. It was Hillary Knight, it was Megan Keller who made the big difference in the end. Yes, Layla Edwards had the shot from the point, but it was the veterans who got it done in the biggest game for Team USA.
You know, I was with the program 4 years ago, and I don't question one decision that was made. Knowing what I know and the development of the team and everything that went on behind the scenes, I don't question one decision. You know, I want to give credit to Megan Duggan, the captain of the USA team in 2018 when they won gold. She came to our set in the intermission. Megan Keller was her roommate at her first Olympics, and the influence that Megan Duggan has had on Megan Keller and this group in particular is pretty phenomenal. And I just wanted to give her a shout out because we just saw her, and just works for the PWHL and just a great ambassador for the game.
So this was Hillary Knight's final Olympic game with Team USA. Perfect moment for her as she goes home with a gold medal and also engaged to her girlfriend, who's a speed skater, here just a couple of days ago. But I'm going to put you on the spot quickly because there's been some questions just about if this is the last game for Marie-Philippe Poulin. It's her 5th Olympics. She's just 34 years old. But do you think there's going to be some of these Canadian players that decide, okay, this is the end of the road?
You know, my guess, and this isn't, you know, I don't have any knowledge. My guess is Natalie Spooner, probably, Brianne Jenner, Jocelyn Larocque, probably their last Olympics. I don't know. Maybe Anne-Renee Desbiens. I don't think Marie-Philippe Poulin is done. And I think the fact that her Olympics had an injury and maybe she felt, you know, she wasn't able to bring as much as she normally would. This kid is still so good. I mean, she still is a kid. She's so fit. She's still at the top of her game. I'd be shocked if she doesn't go for one more.
I mean, in 2030, she'll be the age that Sidney Crosby is right now in Milan. I am never someone who's going to put a timeline on a player who has shown us time and time again that they can remain the best player in the world. It is very hard to sustain the level of play that we have seen from Canada's captain, but she keeps doing it. She keeps getting better. And I'm not going to put a retirement plan on her.
Yeah, and Andy, as we go back to you, it was only 10 days ago that she injured her knee in that preliminary game against Czechia. She missed 2 preliminary games because of that. Here she is, and you know that she's not 100% in this final.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's ice hockey.
Signore e signori, la cerimonia di premiazione dell'hockey su ghiaccio femminile.
membre du conseil exécutif du CIO, olympienne, 2 médailles de bronze. IOC Executive Board Member, Olympian, 2 bronze medals.
Membro del comitato esecutivo del IOC e doppia medaglia di bronzo olimpica.
Madame Gunilla Lindberg, membre du CIO. IOC member.
Membro del IOC.
Accompagné
accompagnate da
Monsieur Luc Tardy, président de l'IIHF. IIHF President.
Presidente del IIHF.
Mademoiselle Susanna Kolbenheyer, membre du conseil de l'IIHF. IIHF Council Member.
Membro del consiglio dell'IIHF.
Mademoiselle Marta Zavatska, membre du conseil de l'IIHF. IIHF Council Member.
Membro del consiglio del
médaillée de bronze, représentante de la Suisse. Bronze medalist representing Switzerland.
Medaglia di bronzo per la Svizzera.
Kristen O'Neill. Kylie Osborne. Julia Gosling. Jennifer Gardner. Daryl Watts. Médaillée d'or et championnes olympiques, représentantes des États-Unis d'Amérique. Gold medalist and Olympic champions, representing the United States of America.
Medaglia d'oro e campionesse olimpiche per gli Stati Uniti d'America.
Aaron Frankel. Gwyneth Phillips. Abby Murphy. Mesdames et messieurs, si vous le pouvez, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne des États-Unis d'Amérique. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the anthem of the United States of America.
Signore e signori, se potete, per favore alzatevi per l'inno degli Stati Uniti d'America.
Celebrations on CBC is presented by BRP, powering Canadians to get moving.
Ramsfeld with his last here in the extra.
Get there in time. A minute gone here on USA's power play. Canada flees it to center. Stacey leading the charge. The power kill to work. Stacey to O'Neill to the backhand. She scores! Kristen O'Neill strikes first for Canada in the gold medal game.
Debian makes a couple of saves, and then it's a great stick. Look at, you got a right-handed shot in Laura Stacey. Look at, O'Neill says, I ain't going to the bench. I think I can get in there. And as a lefty, she's on her strong side. She's able to receive this. Hold to the backhand. Oh my goodness, to beat Erin Frankel, a player who was part of the taxi squad in Beijing, so did not see the ice. And Kristen O'Neill is having herself a tournament. The power kill strikes shorthanded.
Looking to make the clear to center. Harvey cuts the ice in half as Stacey gets taken down right at center, calling for a change, and fans not liking the sequence. Penalty on the way as Ambrose gets taken down, and she's slow to get up. Ambrose behind Canada's net now. Hasn't moved.
You can see the fans and how they feel about this, but Erin Ambrose,
the penalty is under review.
Had an excellent game for Canada, using her smarts in her first pass. And you can see that she's going to get taken down. So initially in the neutral zone, it's going to be Laura Stacey that gets a stick under the hands. You can see the emotion of the fans right now as Erin Ambrose is down. Just over 6 minutes remaining. It's going to be Curl Salemi, and it's going to be throwing into the board. So they'll be looking at to see whether or not this is in the numbers, whether this is a major. You can call it a major to review it, and then you can downgrade it. So officials do that so they can have a look and make sure they're getting the correct call.
Ambrose being helped off the ice now. Dr. Laura Benon with her down the hallway for Canada. And let's hear from Cook.
The penalty has been downgraded to a minor penalty for boarding. Number 17, USA.
Extra attacker on the ice for the Americans. The final chapter for Hilary Knight on the Olympic stage. She'll head up front. Edwards finds Keller. Back up for Edwards. A low shot. She scores! Layla Edwards delivers the Olympic moment. We're all tied at 1. A deflection from Captain America with 2:04 remaining.
Well, you can see this at the point, and this is why Layla Edwards is out there, and you've got Hilary Knight. Everyone is down low because Layla Edwards has a bomb from the point. This one's going to go off the stick of Hilary Knight. This is her last game, and she is planted net front, and she is going to get the equalizer here to get the United States back in it, Kens. You can't make this up.
Hilary Knight delivers one final Olympic moment. And that goal, the 15th of her career, setting American goal-scoring record. She does it in historic fashion when the lights shine the brightest. Abby Murphy to Haley Wynn. USA in possession now. Murphy drags, looking for a shot. Wynn and Renee Dapius steps up big. What a save for ARD. As Watts clears it to safety, but it won't get out. USA pressing a long shift for Canada in their own zone. Win below the goal line. It's Salemi out in front. And to the center of the ice it will go.
Well, throughout this tournament, Renee Desbiens looked a little bit shaky, but when she gets to the big game, boy, could she ever make the massive save. She got pulled in the prelim game against the Americans, but how about this one? Stick out that left leg, and that's anticipating the play. I mean, that is a fight and a push across to be able to keep that out of the back of the net. And the puck goes the other way. Sarah Nurse fighting 1-2, and it's Salemi that goes in on Frankel. This is the compete. This is the battle. Keep dreams alive, Kens. Everyone giving it everything they got.
Full eye contact on Hillary Knight. Stacey tied up along the boards. Keller off the backhand. Down low for Heisey. Taylor Heisey set up Janicki at last year's Worlds for the golden goal. Can she do it again? Keller alone. Through two. A chance in the backhand. She scores! Megan Keller, the golden goal for USA.
And you can see Taylor Heisey is going to send this puck the distance, and it's going to be the defender Megan Keller through the legs of Claire Thompson to the backhand and catches Renee Desbiens going one way. What a beautiful play by the defender who played over 25 minutes in this game. The veteran defender. There's been so much talk about the youth and the skill of this team, but it's going to be the veteran defender who is able to get it done. She's in the offensive zone with a beautiful stretch pass by Taylor Heisey and going outside in to be able to get the lane to the net. And Freebirds playing and the Americans are celebrating. Hillary Knight ends her career on the international stage with an Olympic gold medal, and it's her longtime teammate and Megan Keller who gets it done.
The United States Olympic champions in Milan. Poulet's frustration felt across Canada. Robolewski brought to tears.